You're on.
It's unmuted.
You're unmuted.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Just give us a few moments. We're going to have everybody filter in on the attendee list.
See Edma among the.
Yeah, I tried calling him. Text.
I tried to promote her. She may be. Work this time.
Again, hi, everybody. Thanks for joining. We're going to start in another 1 or 2 minutes. Thanks for your patience. Yeah, she said she might be 10 minutes late, up to 10 minutes late, so. Check on her.
Mark, are you in much contact with the community affairs officer named Danny Al?
Which precinct? And then no is the answer. Which?
I think.
The community affairs officer on 5 that I've been in touch with is Sean Hildebrand.
Okay, see you soon. Bye.
Had a whole situation with them.
I'd love to hear about it.
He's walking. Okay, we are going to get started. So again, thanks everybody for joining. This is the August meeting of CB2 Street Activity and Resiliency Committee. I'm Will Benish, the chair of the committee. We have Vice Chair Eric Olson. We have committee members Eddie Siegel, Amy Brenna. We also have CB2 chair here, Valerie De La Rosa. And we have, introduce yourself, DJ.
Oh, I'm DJ.
Board member.
I'm a member
Of CB2. Yep. So we have a very long agenda tonight, possibly the longest we've ever had. So we are going to try to move things along quickly and be respectful of people's time while still making sure we get all the details of every event. So if we interrupt you or asking questions, please don't take offense. We're just going to try to keep things moving on as quickly as possible. And for all that are here virtually, we ask that you keep your presentations as quickly or as short as possible and to the point. And so we are going to start, as we usually do, with those here in the room physically, and then we'll move to those online. So the very first one we're going to hear is agenda item 8. This is August 17th, the K Fashion Week fashion show. And so without further ado, please go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Are you going to share one?
I'll share. Yep.
You can sit here.
So,
And mine shows up. You can take that one.
so This request is for a street closure of Lafayette Street on Sunday, August 17th between Bond and Bleecker Streets, right in front of the Kith store. We're looking to host a fashion show for invited guests, friends and family, and the community. We're requesting a closure from 12 p.m. 11 a.m. for NYPD to help us start with barricades, 12 p.m. for our first vendor truck until 10 p.m. that evening. If you go to page 4 is the site plan. This is kind of a top line overview of the site plan itself. The main show area would be contained to between Lafayette, between Bleecker and Jones Alley. We're going to lay down a green turf as kind of the set. We'll do it in 2 rows so it's fast and seamless with the vendor. We have 4 rows of benches facing the Kith store. Emergency lane open at all times. And then behind the seated guest area in the pink is a public viewing area for around 150 to 175 people. We're planning to allow public to view the show and have a bracelet system worked out for their check-in process and organization when they arrive. Any questions on this?
Just really quick, what time is, starts set up at 11 a.m., right?
11 a.m. for clearing the streets with NYPD collaboration, and then 12 p.m. would be our first vendor, like
Okay.
physical vehicle coming in.
Do you guys have any like early morning scissor lift stuff,
No.
set up tools, nothing?
Nothing,
Okay.
no physical vehicles are set up, minus barricades until.
And when do you start breaking down?
Immediately after the show, once it's safely cleared, so between 8 and 8:30 p.m. The event itself is scheduled for a hard start at 7, and it should be 30 minutes in total. Yeah. We could go to
Before the vendor trucks and stuff.
Correct, we'll be setting up from 12 p.m. to like 4:30 p.m.
Okay.
You keep going, the next one, there you go.
Yeah.
That will show you
Yeah, this is.
the top line schedule.
Yeah, so the closure would be that we would have load-in start at 12. We'd have load-in security guards from 10:30 until 11:30 p.m. to monitor the area at all times. We'd also have separate guards arriving for the show call. I think on the day we have over 40 guards in total, with an additional 12 provided by the Kith team. Their focus will be the building itself and the sidewalk in front of the building. We'll be working closely with them. The Kith store will be open from 11 to 3. And once that closes at 3, we'll have some deliveries to build out the Kith store with an intended show rehearsal at 5 o'clock sharp, ending by 5:45 for guest doors at 6 to 6:15, or opening at 6 to 6:15, and then ending guest seating by 7 for a hard show start at 7. The estimated length of the show is 30 minutes.
So really, yeah. Really, so like the amplified sound portion of the show is the testing starting at 5 and then 30 minutes at 7.
Correct,
There's nothing else the rest of the day?
correct. There might be like a sound test to make sure the speaker system is working, but that would be like a few minutes. if
Okay.
anything. And we have filled out we have submitted a sound permit with NYPD, and we're aiming to be within 85 decibels.
Yes, Valerie?
Yeah, was this date, can you talk about how this date was chosen? Like, was it deliberately meant to be the day after Summer Streets? I'm just trying to understand.
Coincidentally, it worked out that way, but no, it's basic, the fashion show is to kind of showcase the collection that's going to be dropping for sale that following Monday, August 18th. So they want to kind of share the collection with the community, friends and family, and then release it to the public the next day.
You guys,
What I was pointing out is just that the Summer Streets, the Lafayette is
Yes.
closed on Saturday. And then it'll be closed, this portion will be closed the next day.
So the pedestrian walkways between the turf and the store.
The pedestrian walkways between the turf and this. So
Okay.
we were speaking with the city about having a sidewalk closure in front of the Kith store between Jones Alley and Bleecker, just for safety and to minimize, pedestrian traffic in that zone of the area on the day. But we are not obstructing the pedestrian pathway on the west side at all between Bleecker and Bond. And we're also leaving the pedestrian pathway between Jones Alley and Bond open as well.
Lafayette, so I see a pedestrian pathway on your design here. Right here?
Yes.
street is
Okay,
that?
so you're on
Yeah, you're on guest entry for when guests arrive,
yes, the
invited guests. That would be how they would get from their cars and enter into the
correct,
event.
page 20.
Where do normal people walk?
So we will have security positioned throughout to kind of, and we'll also have 4 brand ambassadors to help with greeting public, answering any questions they might have. We'll kindly redirect anyone in the beginning of the afternoon. We will allow people to cross just to minimize our impact. But once we get closer to rehearsal and show, let's say 4:30 until 8 p.m., we'll kindly ask people to walk around, on the west side of Lafayette. The
We have
west
to
side.
cross Lafayette and walk up the west side by like
Yeah.
Levain Cookies and Los
Yeah.
Tacos.
Okay, and then where they're crossing, there's a crosswalk?
Yes, correct.
They'll be
But there'll be no
crossing-
traffic coming through that crosswalk,
So
of
they'll
course. And we'll have
There's a whole block
security
that's closed.
guards.
There's a whole block.
We'll
there
have
as well.
security and brand ambassadors and we'll make sure that they have a clear pedestrian pathway.
You'll have ramps for accessibility and all that kind of stuff?
Yes.
Is it somewhere in here? Are you putting out VMBs to direct traffic, visual message boards?
We are going to be placing those signs. We're planning on placing those, the warning signs for the closure by August 10th. But we are waiting to be connected with the DOT specifically through Dawn and the CCM to go through those next steps with DOT.
DOT, and so I did the walkthrough with Mark on this one, and DOT was there, and they requested the VMBs to be set up on houses.
Yeah, we have to have
Don't
those.
even turn up so that Bleecker doesn't get, but everyone was very like bike lane conscious, city
Yeah.
streets conscious, like DOT was there, FDNY was there, PD was there, and DSNY.
Did anything else come out of the walkthrough?
Not really. I see you guys changed a lot of it. So one thing that they changed that we requested, and I see it reflected in here, thank you guys, is that they are wrapping the line for the public viewing, which I imagine might get kind of
Yes.
crazy. You guys are wrapping it,
On page
Page
4.
I was gonna say
Or page 4,
11.
you can see.
yeah,
Yeah.
11 or 4, but see how these lines, they made enough room for stanchions to go up and down.
Yeah,
And then we have extra overflow
On the west
on
side
the
of
west
Lafayette.
side right there,
Right here.
just in case.
We didn't want it to spill onto Bond, ideally. So we
Yeah.
have it wrapping a few times, and you guys are gonna not let people in until like what time?
4:30.
4:30.
So
They
we're,
can't even line up until 4:30.
and we're
Yeah.
doing, what Kit's doing starting at 3 is they're gonna do, it's anyone interested in the public,
First come,
first come, first serve can get a bracelet. And they'll be asked to come back in timed
Amazing.
slots, so we're not gonna have a whole group of people coming. So the first slot will be 4:30 to 5 o'clock, and it'll have its own lane. There'll be
Which you
bag
can see on the
checks,
time
here.
they'll be, checked
Oh,
in
great.
with that. Once that slot's done, they'll be led into PDA, the next stop 5 to 5:30, 5:30 to 6 being the third. So that way the PVA is completely already in. Then when we start to have guest arrivals, we're not having all of these people coming into the area at once.
Also coming out of the walkthrough is we moved guest drop off to west on Bleecker.
Yeah.
Before it was cross Lafayette, and since people are gonna have to turn right from Lafayette onto Bleecker, they wanted guest drop off to be before that. So
Yeah.
just clear the way there, so that changed. And then I see you guys took out the photography area right outside of the subway. in that little
Correct. And we also have requested for when exits, for guest pickup, if they're gonna do pickup, to be north
on Bond.
on Bond and there, because we do not want to push people into traffic right there. So our request is we're pushing car pickups to be at the corner of Bond, the northeast corner of Bond and Lafayette. And then for PVA, we'll be having a mid-exit, so they can go to the subway if they want, and then we'll push the other ones north. We have a separate entrance and check-in for ADA for PVA as well. And that way we're thinning out the crowds and we're not gonna have a whole.
Minimize.
And are you
minimize
guys
any
requesting
congestion.
anything on bond for
So,
like the scheduling of
yeah.
the production?
The-
I know it's
yeah.
not on our sheet, but I'd be interested.
Yeah, we have a call with the Sapo office tomorrow morning to finalize the permit request and go through all
The
those
curb
details.
lanes. 'Cause we
But we're
can't add it to our
requesting the
permit.
south curb lane of Bond between Broadway and Lafayette for production
for production
vehicles.
vehicles. And then based on what they recommend, like where we kind of noted the pickup area.
Yep.
We just want to see what would make.
That's
the
to be
most-
assessed by
TBC.
Sapo.
Yeah,
Okay,
see what
cool.
would make the most sense, but we really want to just get people north and
Safely
out,
away,
safely out.
yeah.
So I'm just trying to think about the traffic flow. So basically, everyone's gonna have to be routed to like Bowery, I think, to go uptown.
To walk or
Pretty big
drive, yeah.
Diversion, driving,
Yes, and biking.
driving and biking. And is there, in the bus lane? Is there a bus route? Not a bus lane, is there
Bowery?
a route? Is there a route on Lafayette?
No, there's
there's
no.
No.
There's nothing. I didn't do it.
So basically cars and bikes. And so the VMBs would have to signal that pretty far in advance, because if someone's coming west on Houston, they need to know to turn on Bowery if they're going uptown. Did you guys talk about this at the walkthrough?
Yeah, DOT is.
We're waiting to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about.
There's a comment on the
moving
chat
it
saying
from
there's an M1
Lafayette to
bus on
Maryland.
Lafayette.
We talked about so
Is
many
that
of
incorrect? There's a comment in the chat saying there's M1 bus runs on Lafayette.
Oh,
No, this is-
The MTA bus.
M1, is that right?
We are, we're waiting to be connected with DOT on the final verdict from our walkthrough, so we can come back on the bus.
Yeah.
Did you reach out to anyone on Bond Street, any of the residents?
Yes, so if you go to the end of the presentation, we actually reached out to almost 50 different businesses and residents and had a positive reaction from everyone that we spoke with almost everyone in person and had only positive reaction.
That was a request from our committees.
Yeah, and that was done in person on July 30th and 31st.
Yes.
31st and August 1st.
If it's raining that day, is this gonna affect when you start setting up and everything else? And when you break down? I mean, what are the plans? I mean,
So we're gonna do rain or shine. We will only be holding if,
Severe weather,
like
and we have a plan
thunderstorms.
for that.
you don't have things in place to put up.
No, and we're
No.
not gonna pull a last minute tent permit.
Yeah.
We're not doing it.
I want to minimize our impact.
Yeah,
Just wanna,
yeah, because we don't have the timeline. Yeah, been there, done that, don't want to do it.
And did
So-
you guys move ahead with the drone permit?
Yeah, that was filed with NYPD. We shared the permit number with this applicant.
let the neighborhood know that there's a
And we're
Ponchos.
planning on posting signage for that as well as notice of filming for the show itself, yes. And we can share separately the signage plan we're working through.
That's all
What?
getting into place.
And what is exactly all being set up? Like, does it really require the street to be closed starting at 11?
It does, yes. We're laying 2 rolls of 15 by 100 foot green turf that will be painted, so we can't have any driving over it. We have the 4 rows of benches, which is 192 total seated, lighting, audio, 4x8 riser for the media riser, as well as some video equipment, and obviously safely running all the cables, and cable ramping them in order to ensure safety in all areas.
We're also getting one of those big cranes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
and then
video.
they're gonna be live streaming, so we're gonna have to do all of that with the video testing, and all the
Yeah.
cabling. And then we'll also have on site, obviously, the generator van, but we're also, for just like safety emergency services, we're gonna have an ambulance on site.
ALS,
And
ambulance with
ALS,
the
and
extra
then an
EMT.
extra EMT. We'll have 2 tents for cooling as well, if it gets too hot in the
And
PDA,
water for the
and
public.
water we'll have be giving out as well. And then additionally, we'll have the brand ambassadors stationed at either end. And then so 4, and then the 2 making sure the cooling throughout, and then also public facing.
They requested 12 and Saco pushed them to start at 11, just to have a little bit more space and get people out.
Okay.
And NYPD is providing the barricades.
Okay. But you don't know what MTA/DOT is doing with the bus.
I mean, it's happening. There's 3 stops on Lafayette.
Yeah.
Like there is a bus stop. There are 3
Asking.
bus stops. So
Yeah, we had a walkthrough with Dawn and all the teams, and we're waiting to hear what the kind of, what the plan is, and conversations have been with DOT.
Yeah,
I'm Lafayette every day, never seen that bus.
it's okay. We found a fire hydrant. We didn't know there was.
Like PD didn't know
I found
it
a
was
bike
there.
ring the other day too. I was like, oh, where'd you come from?
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna stop sharing.
And there's a lot more information in the deck, but obviously,
Yeah.
please let us know if you have questions,
And the
after.
whole security plan is broken down in there as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, so the bus is a big open question.
we can let you know
Yeah.
once they tell us.
We have a
Yeah.
call with them.
We have a call with them tomorrow, so we're kind of wanting to know as easily as you can imagine.
Yeah. Carter, I'm promoting Carter because he has a question. I'm trying to. Carter, can you go ahead?
Yep, sorry, it took a minute there to jump forward. I didn't see any outreach. I live right there on the corner, but I had a question about the 2 open streets and how the traffic is going to be handled, because I didn't hear those mentioned.
Yeah, so as far as the open streets and traffic, we're waiting to speak with Sapo tomorrow, because I believe they've been working behind the scenes on what will be possible based on our request.
What does that mean?
It means there was mention of possibly suspending the open streets because of our event request, and to avoid having so many closures in that vicinity for that day. So we're waiting to hear the final
So
verdict.
did you guys speak to the 6 businesses that participate in that?
Yeah, so if you go to, not the city street, not the open streets on the Saturday, but I believe,
that's Summer Street.
Yeah,
It's not open streets, but there's
open streets, yeah, correct. On,
I don't see any of the businesses on the street he's talking about that were reached out to. And that's
on
huge
page 27,
they're not on there, I don't think. Carter, are you looking at
So
that?
you have Jack's on Bond, you have Jelena, you have Fish Cheeks, you have Il Buco,
yeah, so we
you have
didn't
Sears
go,
and Charlie. you have
yeah, we
Bond.
didn't go down that far, on Bond. We just did the first half of Bond.
It is the first half. So Jack's is the first half of Bond.
But
All right.
if you suspend the open street, none of those businesses can conduct their business on Sunday because they all put tables and chairs in the open street.
Yeah, we're happy to go, we're happy to speak with those businesses. I think the decision for keeping the street open or closing it is coming from the city, so we can.
Yeah, but it's coming from your request. I mean, it's a little disingenuous to say you've reached out and you haven't spoken to anybody about what, how this would impact them directly. I mean, that's a lot of seating outside on Bond Street.
Yeah.
And people have reservations, brunch, dinner.
Then that just means we can push them north and
Yeah.
make sure we're not going that way to Bond Street.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I want to say that so he can.
Yeah, oh, sorry. I said if that's, thank you for saying that. I was gonna say for our guest pickups, then that would be something that we can, instead of having a pickup option to go east on Bond Street, we can have the pickup option go north on Bond Street, so then it wouldn't affect affect that area's open streets.
Yeah, I guess it just seems that it's a little not taking into account some of the
Yeah,
traffic.
I was saying we can go north on Lafayette.
On last Saturday, when they had the summer streets, there's a huge impact, and the summer street is the day before this, that there's a really big impact on both Broadway and Bowery from spillover traffic, for whatever reason, because I think, with the summer street, it's hard to get across it, throughout. But for the northbound traffic on Lafayette, it really creates a significant hardship, I think, because all of that traffic that's diverted, that's going north, has only about 40 seconds to turn on Bowery going north because of the turn signal. that's there. So, and there's not really many other ways to go north. So
It
I
seems
just,
like there's a lot, yeah.
there's a lot of impact that is sort of
Yeah.
being dismissed.
Yeah,
You might wanna.
yeah, I mean, it seems like there's still a lot of open issues that we're not gonna have an answer to tonight. So I think we're aware that there's a lot of open issues and there's a very short time to resolve them. So that kind of is what it is. Like, but we have to, you know, take that into account, and there's gonna have to be a lot of coordination with SAPO in the next 2 weeks.
No, and it's
And more than SAPO, many different agencies.
many, and and thank you
Like
for
a-
saying that too, because that's something, you know, talking to the city tomorrow, like, it's good for us to hear,
And
because
address.
that's something we want to be ensure is taken into account with the city and what their plan is, because, you know, we want to make sure that that doesn't cause even more of a jam or a traffic jam and affecting your business.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Yeah. All right, Laura has your hand raised. I'm going to allow you to talk, and then we're going to have to move on because we still have about 30 other applications. So Laura, please go ahead.
Very, very briefly, losing that bus route is a real hardship for those of us living south of it. It means that the bus is going to be ending at 8th Street, which is a considerable walk away, because they're not going to be able to bring it down Broadway and turn it around at Grand and then go up Lafayette Street. They're just not going to do it. And I've never seen them, what they've seen them do is what they regularly do is just stop it early. It makes people like me really have a hard time getting around, because the other buses, absent the M1, you have to walk to the Bowery, or you have to walk to 6th Avenue, and they're very distant from each other. So it's really an issue, especially after having lost Lafayette Street the day before to open streets.
That's it. If you guys could follow up with us.
Yeah, we absolutely will.
on what they said.
That's all I needed to say. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Laura. It's a great point.
These are great points.
So I think the
Yeah.
two big things that when you see tomorrow that we want you to come back on is the M1 bus disturbance
Yeah.
and then the
The
open
open
streets,
streets
particularly on Bond.
on Bond
Yes,
Street.
yeah. Anything else?
I think
Yeah.
the Bleecker Street ones are also important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's also,
What is the question on Baker?
Well, if they would have to, if we're gonna reroute anything, especially the bus,
Yeah.
it would need to keep going on Bleecker or something like that,
Right,
which it
that
can't.
falls under the bus.
Yeah, well, it's related to it.
but there's also an impact, on the businesses there.
If they, whether they have to close or not, I think is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Consideration.
Bleecker?
The Bleecker open streets, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
between
Just
Bowery.
one other quick thing. Lafayette Street is a major artery. It's like Broadway. It is not a little street. I
Yeah.
think it's outrageous
Yeah.
that anyone close it. Thank you.
Yep, all right. So you guys were gonna talk on number 19 as well.
Yes.
That is actually just there's no elements of activation.
No, just a parking for a generator, running, powering an event at Elizabeth Street Garden. All guests would enter via Elizabeth Street directly into the garden. We'll have no activity on Mott Street except for parking.
and so you guys know Elizabeth Street is closed.
Yes, we do. That's why we are parking the generator on Mott Street, because
You're
Elizabeth
gonna
Street
run
is
it in
closed.
next, on the
It's the
other
same.
side.
And
Correct.
what hours are the generator running?
11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
What number is this for?
It's number 19.
19.
It's the same show that,
Oh, yeah, 11.
we've done this before.
Was last September, we did the same thing.
I remember.
So you're saying there's absolutely no spillover onto the street. Everyone's
No,
in the
not-
garden.
Correct.
There's no line.
Correct.
Are you running, last year I feel like you ran the line up Elizabeth.
We ran
next to it.
stanchions on Elizabeth, but they've moved the check-in to inside the garden just to minimize costs with the change in small event for stanchions and sidewalk.
Okay. I think that's normally a type of event we wouldn't review, but it did say initially that there's going to be open stanchions. So Erica will be there to monitor.
I live on that.
Okay, perfect.
You should come to the show.
You should come to the shop. She needs a new term. No, it wasn't you. someone else.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you,
Thanks, guys.
everyone.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
your
for your
time.
help.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you. And do you guys have our contact info for?
Yes.
we
I'll
have-
take your email.
We
again.
have our email.
Just.
To take that.
All right, so let's do number 31, Obuco.
But we'll send you a note.
And if you want to text me, or you have any questions during the meeting?
Oh.
Hold on, guys.
I'm the permit holder for the Bond Street.
We gotta just.
Oh, yeah,
Hi.
making connections right
This is,
here.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I'm at the restaurant tomorrow.
saw you were here. Yeah, I will come by, yeah. What time?
I'll be there, anytime after 2.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Love you.
Can I keep this? It's gonna help
You
me,
guys for coming.
this will help me write the resolution.
Thank you.
This is maybe the thickest packet, by the way.
It's very intimidating.
For any event, this is over 40 pages. Very detailed.
That's what I did this weekend.
Well done.
So who's next?
All right.
Who's next?
All right, Obuco, number
Appreciate the
31.
level of detail.
We
don't
do.
Discourage
We
it.
do.
That was a nice coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no
I
idea.
love that.
All right, so this is, for those online, this is number 31, Obuco Pig Roast, September 21st. So please, and can you introduce yourself? Sorry, just one more time.
Sure. Do I look at the camera or you guys?
Anywhere, look anywhere.
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephen Bloom. I'm the general manager of the Luca Restaurant. We submitted an application to do an annual event that we have done in the past to great success. This is our annual Luca Pig Roast. We did one last year at the end of September for the first time in a couple of years with us roasting the pig outdoors. It was a highly successful event. We are looking to do a very, very similar event to the event that we did last year. I submitted to SAPO the application. We have acquired a temporary food service establishment permit as well. Also applied with the SLA for our one-day alcohol event permit. I'm just waiting to hear back from the SLA. What we're looking to do is basically have a version of what our open streets is right now, but just with the element of the cooking of outdoors. We whole roast 2 pigs on Bond Street. We're looking to do that next door to where our restaurant is in front of 51 Bond Street. We basically build what's called an Inferio style oven, which is a cinder block. It's an enclosed oven. I have heard that in the past, there has been an issue with smoke on the block. Previous pig roasts had used a combination of wood and charcoal. Last year, we did charcoal only. We had no smoke from there.
I was gonna say, didn't you do it?
That's why
last
we
year
deny, I mean,
differently?
we did say denial last year because we were worried about the smoke.
Yeah.
And I believe that it's, I couldn't find anything in the fire code saying that you're allowed to have a wood fire on the street.
We
I don't think
actually,
you can.
the FDNY had told us last year that we did not require an open flame permit because there was not an open flame to it.
Yeah.
So I know that in the SAPO
Okay.
application, the only thing missing from there is an FDNY open flame permit application. I'm happy to fill one out. But the same method that we were going to do this year is the same method that we did last year to great success. This is a ticketed event. We have already started with neighborhood outreach. I have gone up and down the block on Bond Street, which is the street that is affected. I've passed out flyers to the condos, to the businesses on the block as well, letting them know the date of the pig roast, the information for it. I've also included my email address for anyone to reach out to me with any questions or comments or concerns. I know that a lot of my neighbors on Bond Street are away for the summer, so I've left extra flyers with doormen to make sure that these get passed along as well. I've gone into the individual businesses. The response was overwhelmingly positive. The response from our open streets partners on the block as well, Jelena, Jack's on Bond, and Fish Cheeks is also overwhelmingly positive. The new matcha store, 12 Matcha, is also very excited for this event. We are looking to host a safe, sanitary, and secure event. So basically, what we're looking to do is block off Bond Street the night before starting at 12 a.m. to start building out the cinder block oven in front of 51 Bond Street. Slow roast the pigs overnight using that charcoal method. The pigs should finish roasting by about 9 a.m. My chef and my team that would be executing this has executed multiple pig roasts in the past. It's the same team that slow cooked these pigs last year as well. We would have fire extinguishers, sand, water on site as well. We have all permits, food handler certificates as well on site for any, I don't know the word for any verification. That would finish roasting at 9. We would set up in what is currently our open streets area, as well as Chelina's open streets area, in which I've spoken to and I've gotten their approval for it, to use their space on the cobblestones to set up tables and chairs. Would set up a beverage tent out there, well, not a tent, but a beverage station outside, in which donated food, donated beer, wine, and cider would be served based off of tickets. My management team and my bartenders would obviously verify for ID to make sure that we're serving anyone of age. I have my team of restaurant staff and multiple trash cans, which would keep the dining area clear and clean. Our outdoor dining structure and Jelina's outdoor dining structure would where we would set up our buffet line. So anybody purchasing a ticket would be able to get a composed plate made for them, and then first come, first serve seating on the cobblestones area. This event would begin at 12 o'clock, would go until 7 p.m. At that point, breakdown would commence. Last year for this, we solicited the services of 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We came right at 7 o'clock to take away all the cinder blocks, all the charcoal, all the debris from the oven itself to clean that street off. And then the last breakdown of the removal of the barriers, the tables, the chairs, everything from outside would be at 9 p.m. So this event would be completely finished and the street would be turned back over at 9 o'clock.
And what time are you starting again?
The
You start like
event
at
would start at 12 o'clock, 12 p.m.
12.
12.
Sorry, so, but the.
You start cooking
Big roasting.
overnight.
Yeah,
We would close off the street at 12 a.m. to start building the oven. And that would take about an hour or so to build. And then we would start roasting the pigs probably around 1:30, 1:32 a.m.
I think that was an issue we had last year, right? Where we were worried about the noise you guys would make with the
Yeah.
cinder blocks and whatnot to build the oven.
But
Do you have
it's-
any issues?
No,
Any
because
complaints
it's all by,
with the
no complaints, it's all by hand. It's two guys gently assembling a cinder block oven using rebar and the cinder block itself. Yeah, we have a lot of experience with, serving the public on the cobblestone streets of Bond. We've made good relations and good relationships with our neighbors. We just want to have a fun event in which we're being very mindful of the public. And
What would your normal open streets hours be on that day?
normal open streets hours, we would, the normal business hours, which would be starting at 12 p.m. and that would go, technically our open street permit goes until 11 p.m. at night. On Sundays, we close, our kitchen closes at 9:30 anyway. So that cobblestone street would be broken down before 10 p.m.
So the practical comparison is just the morning is now closed. Is what
Correct,
costs
yeah.
an extra hour.
Yeah,
Overnight.
and on that day, we wouldn't be doing lunch or dinner service for that. So this would take over for the restaurant.
Is there going to be amplified sound?
No, no sound.
We appreciate you filling out our questionnaire. It's very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Did we have any complaints at all last year? I was looking through my email to see if I saw any. I didn't see any.
The only complaint I got was from the liaison from the mayor's office because she wanted to be able to eat. So she complained that she.
Curious.
That was all I got.
Carter might have some.
I don't know if Carter has any. Yeah.
Carter, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. Obviously there's a long history here, but I think the biggest issue is just the weather. And I bring that up because when the weather is a certain way and the wind blows a certain way, there's a lot of slope, that stays low. But other than that, the event happens and it's done. And
We also,
okay,
we do not have a rain date for this. If the weather's bad, we're not doing an event because I believe that the Jewish holidays start the next day and then we're in the high holy days for like the next week and a half. So it's just poor look on our part to do a event during.
And I just want to note that there was excellent outreach to my building. And the notice was posted for quite some time.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
Good
that.
outreach.
Oh.
Nice.
We appreciate it.
I just want to be a good neighbor. So, and we also want to work with the public. So if there is a concern, I want to be able to address it. And if there's something that, if there's something that we can improve upon, I want to improve upon it too.
All right, thank you so much for coming by.
Cool.
Really appreciate
It'd
it.
be better than going last,
Oh my
right?
God,
So
yeah.
last year, they got
Well,
to go at like 10:45.
I know.
This was also, that KIF thing was very illuminating.
Your what?
Very illuminating to
Illuminating.
know that they're like, oh. we'll just-
Illuminating.
Open streets.
Illum-
That's my,
Illuminating. That is a very diplomatic way to put that.
thank you all so very much.
Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna go to number 28. Please feel free to join us at the table here.
Sure, that's it. You know, pull some of my field to bring it on.
What do you need to do? Is it in the folder?
Yeah, it should be. Cherry Lane, right?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
You got it, Will?
Yeah, so if you could go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be here amongst all of you. My name is Mary Gerloff. I'm the Managing Director of Cherry Lane Theater. I've been with.
Oh, sorry. This is number 28, everybody. Number 28, Cherry Lane Theater.
I've been with the Cherry Lane Theater organization for about 20 years. I'm also the historian. This comes at a really fun time in our history because we're turning 102 years old. We've been restoring the theater for about the last 2 years, and we are happy to reopen in September. And our objective is to reintroduce ourselves to the neighborhood, invite people in, give tours, partner with the Commerce Inn and Wild Cherry, our two neighborhood, restaurants on our block, and just open our doors and for about 4 hours, invite everyone onto Commerce Street for food, light fare, and some music.
Wait, what did you say your name was?
Mary Gerloff.
Spell your last name.
GEERLOF.
Okay.
Mary filled out our questionnaire, which we very much appreciate. So there's a lot there.
And so let me just quickly pull up the ROS. Or let me pull up the site map here and I'll share it. So can you just talk about the elements that are going to be on the street?
Yep. So if you're familiar with Commerce Street, we're in this little nook between Barrow and Bedford. So it's kind of nice that it lends itself. We don't
It's a
have
beautiful
to.
block.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous block. We don't have to take any bus lines or transit. So what we're going to do is center around the historical canopy of Cherry Lane Theater. So under the red canopy, we would have a DJ, and we would center our different vendors around the canopy. We also plan on having a bike rack at the corner of Bedford Street, just to make sure that's for people entering. We also have chairs set up, and we also wanted to also have some porta potties delivered, just in case we have people who want to use the bathroom. The two partners that we have, Commerce Inn and Wild Cherry, will also be set up surrounding the theater, so they can offer some light fare and food and beverage.
What are the hours again?
The actual activation would be 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., but we were planning on doing setup starting at 8 and then making sure we're closed down and all tidy at 8 p.m.
The DJ is.
We haven't figured, I don't know if we've hired the DJ yet.
What are the hours of the DJ?
2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Thank you for that.
I thought you were also asking.
Yeah, who's the DJ?
No, that's a good question. And so you have a beer and wine stand. Are you aware, or on the map, are you aware of the fact that you would need to get a temporary SLA permit for that? And is that in process?
Yes.
Okay. And you'll have certified, licensed bartenders?
Absolutely. We'll make sure that we're checking everyone for 21 years older and ID. We'll also have bracelets as well.
Are you guys going to be giving out any info about upcoming productions you have, or anything about the theater and its history? Or
We wanted to do tours. As a historian, we wanted people to be able to sign up to go throughout the theater, learn about the theater. We have two beautiful window boxes outside the theater, which we would probably use for information. We don't plan on doing any promotional material at this time. But if we did, it would be in our window boxes at the theater.
I noticed the sponsors, A24 Ventures, the A24.
That's A24, yes. Actually, I believe in the permit, we switched that to the Cherry Lane Alternative, which is our 501c3 organization.
Cool. But is A24 going to be involved with this?
Yes.
Can you just talk about security and sanitation?
Yeah, so for security, we actually partner with Roundtable Solutions. It's an organization made up of former NYPD police officers. It's led by Tom Galanek. We plan on having between 6 and 8 officers in different areas around the activation. We also plan on partnering and talking to the 6th Precinct, which we've always had a great relationship with.
And then on sanitation side?
Sanitation?
Yeah.
Sanitation, we plan on having our members of our own staff doing nonstop walkthroughs, sweeping, picking up. At the end of night, we're also planning on having a carting service where we'll clean the entire street and make sure there is nothing left behind.
Have you done outreach to, because I know it's a very residential block, have you done outreach to others on the block?
Yep, actually, we're lucky that this is probably our 6th or 7th block party in my tenure at the Cherry Lane Theater. And we usually partner with the Bedford Barrow and Commerce Block Association led by Kathy Donaldson. And they've given us support and like reached out to all of their members as well. And so we've been able to actually have a really nice, generous amount of support.
Yeah, that's great to hear you're partnering with the Block Association. And then, yeah, sorry.
Just really quick, the block party thing.
It's not actually
Okay,
as a
we
block
labeled
party.
it as a block party, but it's like.
That's what you titled it, but it's actually a single block festival.
Okay, thank you.
And it's amplified music, right?
Yes, and we will make sure that we have decibel meters, so we are conscientious of our neighbors.
Okay, so you're not doing tours anymore. I'm just looking at the application. No, I don't think so.
Are you doing theater tours?
Yes.
Oh, you are? I'm sorry, I misheard. I thought you said you're not doing that anymore.
We'd
Yeah.
like to, especially
Great.
as a historian,
No,
we'd like
that's
to do a
great to
little
hear.
sign up and take people through and tell them about the history and kind of go
Yeah.
brick by brick.
And is there any other commercial element to it or no? Is it like, is A24 going to be like advertising stuff there
I don't
or?
think we're gonna be doing any advertising. I think it's gonna be solely, the objective is to bring the community back into our doors and show off the restoration of the theater.
And is it free to attend?
Yes.
And you expect between over 1,000 people or?
I think we are estimating between 600 and 800. We think our maximum per hour would be no more than 200. We will have clickers and we'll have people stationed just to make sure that it's a safe environment and doesn't get too congested.
Okay. Yeah, it says 1,000 to 4,999 on the application, but sometimes that auto fills in the SAFO system.
Well, on our handy
often
questionnaire,
autofills,
I
yeah.
put 600, 800.
Okay.
But no more than 200 at a time.
We don't believe so.
How many people can go on a tour at one time?
Well, the theater takes 167 people in the house, so
Yeah.
I've done tours up to about 40 people.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
Everybody, appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. I hope to see you all at the block party.
All right. Okay, we're now going to go back to the top and start with folks online. One was withdrawn, so we're going to go to item 2. This is August 9th to 10th KBRN Complex NY store. If you're here for that, please raise your hand. Okay. Oops. Promoting. A lot of hands raised. Okay.
Yes, all right.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing good, just pulling up the presentation. Is it showing up okay?
Yes, perfect.
Great. Nice to meet everyone. My name is Ashton Canada, Senior Vice President of Operations at Complex. Complex is a media and commerce company. We have opened up a retail store at 620 Broadway. And we are talking today about a release of a capsule collection of merchandise that's apparel and accessory items that are to be sold at our retail store on the 9th and the 10th. Getting into the run of show, as you can see here on the 9th, we have security arriving at 8 in the morning. They stay all the way through the closure of the store, which is till 8 p.m. Our store hours of operation is 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And that is both on the 9th and on the 10th. On the 9th, we may have talent visit the store. That is Eladio Corion. He is a Puerto Rican musician, and he will be at the store for 30 minutes engaging with fans that are inside purchasing his merchandise. He may be doing some autographs at that time. We bring in talent to the back of our store, so they do not come in through the front doors, and we exit talent through the back as well. The same, entry and exit point. Security is through a company called JRM. We're working with 9th Precinct, and our SAPO permit is for a sidewalk closure. Showing you the site plan. As you see here, this is the front of our store with the door right here. We will have also an ice cream stand that is available that we're going to be giving out free samples of Haagen-Dazs to folks that are waiting in line to come into our store. The barricade system that gets set up, those bike racks are delivered by NYPD through the 9th Precinct. They come in the day before and we set them up that evening so that folks that are arriving early in the morning to get in queue for the store are able to see the entry and exit points of that. And that is pretty much it. So please let me know what questions you may have.
I have a question, Ashton.
Yes.
Can I go?
Yeah, go.
I know we had sort of a major issue with your space and you guys in the not so distant past with talent. Can you talk about that a little bit and how we're ensuring that doesn't happen again here?
Sure. So that was an event that we had done at the store. It was our second retail release. Once we opened up the store, it was with an artist named Carol G. And we brought the talent in through the front of the space and exited through the front of the space as well. That was a learning lesson. We had more fans arrive to the store than what we had anticipated for this release. And we also did not have bike racks that were available for our disposal. We only had stanchions. We did have a well presence of security guards, but no one through NYPD from an officer standpoint was deployed for that event. And ultimately, when we took talent out the front door, it was not in a controlled enough of position that we were happy with, nor NYPD 9th Precinct. So we've taken all of those learning lessons into account, which is why we're bringing in talent to the back and exiting through the back. We've limited the site duration for talent to be at the store for 30 minutes. And then we obviously have bike racks being delivered from NYPD, and at their discretion, they will also deploy officers.
Okay, and do you think you have enough security?
Yes, we have 10 security personnel. That is both for, line and queue management. So they're roaming the block and making sure that folks are staying within inside of the bike racks that we've put out and created structure around. They're also thinking about trash as well. And then they're at the front entrance, and then they're also on security detail of the talent coming in and out of the space through the back door. And that's 10 private security that I've hired.
Wow. And then I have one more question. Thank you for sharing. Obviously your store is sort of in the middle, maybe to the south. If you have more, your application is only for this block. If you have more people in line, are you gonna cut the line, or do you need, what's your plan there?
We expect attendance to be 300 to 500 fans coming over the course of each day for this. This is not going to be a release of merchandise that will draw the same level of attendance as we saw with Carol G. Just from a standpoint of social following for this musician versus Carol G, there's a large and dramatic difference. Carol G has 80, 90 million followers, and this artist has 3 to 4 million. We also have RSVP links that go out in advance that folks need to sign up for. And that gives us an understanding of how many folks may be showing up as well. We typically see about a 50% yield on those RSVP numbers. If there ever is a need for us to go beyond the block that is for our storefront, we would then need to break the line and have it wrap to other blocks. But we don't expect that we're going to be in a position here for this event. And typically NYPD is ordering 50 bike racks for us. So it's something that we more so have to use these RSVP numbers to determine if we would need more of that structure and if we would need to do any line breaks or wrapping. But as I mentioned, this is going to be a smaller release for us.
Okay, and can you tell us, like, sometimes, I mean, we get it, like, it seems like you're doing your diligence, but sometimes there's more, right? Some influencer says something and then you get a ton of people.
Mhm.
Can you just tell us that you will cut the line at that point and tell people they need to come back in like 30 minutes or whatever? Like,
Yes,
this
yes.
is a, as you just heard, I don't know if you were on, but this is, you know, a pretty important corridor on Broadway and Houston.
Yes, confirming that that is what we will do.
Awesome, thank you. Sorry, I took up.
No, is there going to be any amplified sound outside or no? It's just
No.
the ice cream stand?
Everything is controlled with inside of the store minus the line queue and what we're doing from a sampling perspective with the Haagen-Dazs cart. And the line is obviously curbside if that's not clear in this depiction.
Is the talent going there both days?
No, just for the 9th, and it would be for a 30-minute visit.
And you're not doing any stickering or spray painting or chalking or anything on the sidewalk to do
No,
that?
no, and we have brand ambassadors that will be roaming to throw away trash as well.
It's basically just the line. It's however many people show up is the issue.
Yeah.
We don't really know.
Yeah, but it's an important corridor, so please do cut it if it goes beyond that and have people come back.
We're in constant communication with 9th Precinct Community Affairs, and we're informing them of the RSVP number. So yes, we will definitely keep that top of mind and stay close to them on what attendance is looking like.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna next go to item number 4. 3's been withdrawn. Number 4 is Are You Okay? Ex Cava. Do we have someone here? Yes, Kelsey March. Hey, Kelsey. Welcome, Kelsey.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is my first time here, so apologies for flubbing anything. Just interrupt me, please. I am with Now This Media. We are a digital media company. We make videos primarily for Instagram and TikTok. We are partnering with Cava, the restaurant, to do a joint activation. We're going to be filming one of our original series, Are You Okay? Handheld on the street. I've already confirmed with the film office, we don't need a permit. After filming occurs, we're going to be leaving our claw machine in front of the Cava store in Nolita on Spring Street between Cleveland and Mulberry. And it's free to use for the public to win prizes. Initially, when I submitted the application, we were going to do, or we meaning Cava, was going to do prizes up to, I think, $100. I went back and forth in the portal today. And for timing purposes, we're going to cap the gift cards at 50. Everything else that is a giveaway is these custom plushies that are dropping on the 11th, the day of the event. Run of show, we're going to arrive at 9, set up the claw machine. We're going to film the custom content at 10 a.m. And then around 10:30, 10:45, the claw machine is available for the public to use and win prizes. And then around 5, if not sooner, because prizes will deplete as the day goes on, of course, the claw machine will be wrapped up and sent back to our office.
Okay. And who's going to be present while the claw machine is out?
The parties from both companies. So on our side, it will be one of our account managers, our sellers, and on the Cava side, their head of communication, someone from their social team, and then a handful of brand representatives that will help cue the line and encourage folks to come indoors.
And can you talk about how, so it's just the activation's literally just a claw machine sitting there and people line up. Is there any music or food?
Nope. people can purchase food inside the restaurant. And for reference, the claw machine, well, I'm 5'4", and I am taller than the claw machine, and I am 4 months pregnant, and I'm also wider than this claw machine. So it is teeny tiny.
Okay,
Wait, sorry, I'm maybe confused, Kelsey. You're doing it at Kava?
Right in front of the storefront on Nolita, or in Nolita.
Your application says you want spring between Elizabeth and Mulberry. But Kava is on spring between Mulberry and Cleveland. It's like 2.5 blocks away from Elizabeth.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how Elizabeth made it in there, but in the portal, it says Mulberry and Cleveland.
Okay, so Elizabeth is a mistake.
yeah.
Yep.
Might have an old version. And can you talk about, so how many people do you expect to be there? Can we hear a little bit about line management plans, like where the line's going to run, when you would cut it off?
Sure. The store is only doing word of mouth and social media day of the activation. And typically they get around a few hundred throughout the day. They open from like 10:30 to 10:30, I think. So they're not expecting anything more than that. The plushies are a limited run, so it's kind of first come, first serve. But again, not really advertising it. Line management, they're going to be brand ambassadors. Of course, folks from the Now This team and the Kava team that will help cue the line. We're capping it at 10 outside. We want to be mindful of the other businesses and just general traffic flow on the sidewalk. And most importantly, it's a restaurant. If people want food or drink or to cool down, go inside.
You're capping the line at 10 people?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great.
Outdoors. And then everyone else has to queue inside.
Gotcha. And I know it's only 10 people, but this is like, the 6th train is right there. It's also scaffolding, so it just gets a little bit crazy. I don't know if you've thought about this. I would personally love you to run the line toward Mulberry versus toward Cleveland. Do you guys have like a plan or a position on that?
Whatever you recommend.
Yeah, if the committee agrees, I would run it towards Spring Lounge versus the other way just gets like really crazy, especially in the morning when people are getting on the 6th.
This is a Monday, right?
It's a Monday, a week from today.
All right, well, if the line's capped at 10 people, I think that's very helpful.
Yeah, great.
Are you using a generator?
We are a small power generator. Unfortunately, the landlord doesn't have an outlet, an exterior outlet, so we can't plug in, and the store does not want us to use an extension cord.
Okay. How big is the generator? Is it?
Teeny.
I imagine it's tiny if it's running a single claw machine.
Yeah.
Anybody else? No. All right. Thank you.
I told people in the chat if we had time, we would ask for public comment. Just keep it in mind.
Yeah. Anyone in the public who wishes to comment at any time, raise your hand, please, throughout this whole meeting. Yes, Laura, go ahead.
Just briefly, even on a Monday in the summer, there are tons of tourists. I would like to know if you did a count about how many people you're expecting to walk by on the sidewalk. That's one question. It's a narrow street, and it's a very busy street. The street itself and the sidewalk. I'm concerned about the impact there. That's all.
Yeah, valid concern, and thank you for raising it. We have every intention of capping it at 10 people max on the sidewalk. If day of that becomes too hectic for folks to easily pass by and get on about their day, we'll make a game time decision and pivot to a lesser amount.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. And yeah, I apologize if that wasn't clear, but just throughout the whole meeting, for members of the public who wish to comment, just raise your hand on whatever app we're on going forward. Thank you. So we're going to move now to number 5, Van Leeuwen Ice Cream Truck, Astor Place on August 14th. Thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you. What are next steps?
We will vote on at the end of the meeting, and then there's going to be an executive, well, that'll be after. So there's a vote at the end of the meeting, and that's it. Yep.
Oh, okay. Hang tight.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Kelsey.
All right. I'm promoting Michelle.
Eddie, were you able to see? Are you in?
Oh, I haven't checked.
I added you, just one.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Let me share my screen if that's okay, and I'll jump right into what we've got going on. Okay, let me know if you can't see me. Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm with Dentsu Creative, an agency. One of my clients, Guinness, has a partnership with Van Leeuwen Ice Cream, who has shops all over Manhattan. They've got a collaboration going with Guinness's non-alcoholic beer brand with this ice cream that you guys can see here. Summer collaboration, this summer only. So we're looking, or they've been doing pop-up shops kind of all over the East Coast, sampling this ice cream, utilizing Van Leeuwen's ice cream trucks. So what we're hoping to do is to just take over a little curbside spot to pull up our ice cream truck to hand out samples of this ice cream from 12 to 8 p.m. excuse me, on August 14th. We originally had wanted to submit our truck. It was fully branded with Guinness branding and the collaborations branding, and we now understand that alcohol cannot be on that. So we've moved that to shift to just the Van Leeuwen truck. So purely super simple activation, but instead of all the flavors, it will just be the Guinness ice cream. So we'll have brand ambassadors outside to help kind of cue the line, as well as talk about the ice cream, what it's mixed with. Again, it's the non-alcoholic Guinness beer. It's a really chocolate-driven ice cream. So just handing out 5 samples throughout the day. We will have a bird's eye view here of our floor plan. What we're hoping to do, we'll set up some stanchion just to have a very simple queue line in front of our truck here. Brand ambassadors out to help direct traffic, as well as assist with any sanitation needs throughout the day. If we do get into a line situation, we would have that head down towards Lafayette on this side here. So guests enter in, grab their ice cream from the service window, and then head out on their way. We will have trash cans set up for them to utilize. And again, our ambassadors will also be helping keep the street clean, as well as just talking about the product. Van Leeuwen's team will be inside the ice cream itself, or inside the ice cream truck. So managing all the sanitation, as well as they have their permit that we've got for them. So their team is managing all the distribution of the actual product from inside the truck. No amplified sound, purely just ice cream, trying to spread the word. There's several Van Leeuwen accounts kind of in the area, so paired, which is kind of a good central location in Manhattan, we figured this would be a good spot to kind of push traffic kind of any way you go to those ice cream locations. General agenda for the day, again, super simple setup. Myself, I would be on site with one of my partners from our agency. We'd meet our brand ambassadors there, set up our stanchions and any sanitation. The truck would come in about 11:30, 11:45 in the morning. And then we'd open at 12, run until 8 p.m. that evening, and then would take those stanchions back, and then any trash would get cleaned up, and then the truck would just immediately leave after that. So it's really simple, just trying to spread the word about a fun collaboration, really understanding that we're not pushing alcohol or Guinness as a brand, that it's really about the ice cream. Their kind of pitch line as promoting this ice cream through Van Leeuwen is that it's nothing unnecessary. It's just ridiculously good ice cream. So just trying to share something fun with the folks in Manhattan. Any questions, or can I get into any better detail for any of our plans?
No, it seems pretty straightforward. I mean, did you guys consider having any other options other than just the Guinness? Like, if it's non-alcoholic, I don't know if like a parent brings their kid up if they want, if maybe the kid just wants vanilla ice cream. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, so we actually have a client. It's a little ill-timed. It's tomorrow morning with both teams to kind of discuss how we can make this a little bit different now that it's not lovely day for a Guinness. We don't have the blue branded truck and everything, and it's a little more Van Leeuwen focused. So we are discussing that, and from what I'm understanding, both teams are very open to making this a little more kind of family friendly rather than just this is the Guinness ice cream.
Yeah, I think that might be a good idea.
Yeah. No, that's a great concern, and I will be sure to let our teams know that tomorrow. But we can definitely include a flavor or two to help kind of bring it more to life than it's just the Guinness one.
And are you going to have trash cans or trash bags on the site?
Yes, we will have two of the large, I think they're 23-gallon trash cans, the round ones. We'll have one kind of here, and then the truck will also have them. And the truck will be taking, they'll have extra garbage bags for us as well.
Okay.
I'm surprised. I work with Diageo in a professional capacity, and they have very, very strict, like overly strict, then is required marketing guidelines around anything related to kids. So you might want to check that in your meeting tomorrow. I'm just shocked that they would.
Yeah, this is coming directly from our Guinness client herself as wanting to move forward with this in a way to make the partnership work. So you are right, though. They are we want our brand out there. So I was also surprised to hear that they would move to just the Van Leeuwen truck, but also a good call. And I will be sure to make sure the client is very aware that, like as you can see here, we have no signage or not planning any A-frames, no stanchion toppers, just pure kind of talking about what the ice cream is and what Van Leeuwen is doing for the summer.
And no stickering, chalking, anything like that. Okay.
Nope.
Is the Village Alliance bid aware of this? Have you coordinated with them?
I'm sorry, with who?
The Village Alliance bid.
I have not coordinated with anyone outside of the SAPO. From what I could see on Google Streets, and this may be different, I'm in Chicago, so unfortunately can't see it in person. So there may be stores here now that if I were there, I could go canvas, but I've not been in touch with anyone else, but would be happy to reach out to anyone over the coming week to let them know we'd be setting up for the day.
Yeah, the bid is the business improvement district for that area.
Okay.
And they operate the Astor Place Plaza, which you're very near to. And they also kind of cover that geographical area and the businesses there.
Okay.
So if you reach out to us, we can give you their contact info. Or if you just search for Village Alliance bid.
Of Lions bid?
Village Alliance. ALLIANCE. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Yes, I will reach out to them and let them know what we're planning to do as well. So they're aligned and informed.
How is this going to be advertised?
So it will be advertised through Guinness's social accounts as well as Van Leeuwen's, and then in shop as well. And then Guinness has obviously their local bar accounts in the area. They will also have print media up at those locations.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else? Thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you. Have a good night.
All right. Good night. Okay. We're going to go to item number 6. This is the August 16th YSL pop-up, small pop-up.
But a small.
Yeah. Aubrey, welcome back.
Hi, Aubrey.
Good to see you.
How's it going?
This is like now a monthly thing.
Yes, it will be. I'll see you in September and probably October as well. Hopefully, I want to try to come in person in September when I'm actually in New York. So cool.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. It's been a while. The last time I was there, I think it was like the stadium seating and in the bigger room. But anyway, I actually have 3 separate events I'd love to report on simultaneous or like back to back if that's possible.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's the YSL, it's the O positive, which is number 11, and then it's number 16, it's the Prada newsstand, which is at Washington Square Park.
Okay, let's start with 6.
Number 6. Okay, 1 second. Okay, everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
There we go.
Now we can.
Okay, so YSL is the Yves Saint Laurent. Hopefully some people are familiar with the brand, the beauty brand. This is for their makeup line. It's their YSL Cherry Story. So basically it's everything red. That's part of this. Their products right now, there's 3 products right now that have that red coloring, the cherry red coloring that they are looking to promote. So it's just Saturday, August 16th from 11 to 7. And this is going to be on Mercer between Prince and Spring. Oops. Mercer between Prince and Spring. And they did pick a storefront that is currently there's no store there currently, so it's empty to sit in front of. And they have, I'll get to the site plan on the next slide, but there is 3 security guards, 2 brand ambassadors, and then 3 kitchen staff that will be part of this event. It's fully well staffed to be able to handle the people that will be in attendance. As I mentioned, there are 3 different products. There's a blush, there's a plumping lip oil, and then there is a perfume of sort, and they're all kind of smaller samples that will be given away. There's 100 of each of those. They're actually going to be given away like 25 of them each top of the hour, and whoever is there, it's kind of a surprise and delight. That's not going to be promoted in any way. It's just more of like, if you're there, you're there. The other giveaway is actually a cherry slushy, which is that red color. It's a 9-ounce slushy that will be given away from the food truck. There is no influencers, celebrities that will be part of this event. It's just promoted the product itself. And there is also amplified sound that will be low level, be just within the little vicinity of this pop-up. They're not trying to blast sound down the street at all. It's just basically as you arrive, you kind of are part of the experience and immersed in it. And there is no gasoline or diesel generator that will be present. And there are 2 trash bins that will be on site. And then bi-hourly, there's pickup services that will be scheduled as well. So this is the site plan. As you see, it's on Mercer, it's on the west side curb lane. There is that 14-foot truck that's there. That is the slushy truck. I'll show you a photo of kind of what that looks like shortly. And then there's the push cart that will actually have the sample set out, and then people will line up either going south on Mercer to get their cherry slushy, and that line will be ongoing. And then the south line going up towards the push cart actually will only be active once they actually are giving out that product. There will be displays of the product, but the actual like sampling, like I mentioned, there will be top of the hour, there will be so many samples actually offered. That's when people line up and grab them. You can see the placement of the kitchen staff in that 14-foot truck, and then there's also 3 security placed throughout, 1 with each line, and then 1 actually with the activation to kind of cover what's going on, making sure that everybody is behaving and lines are actually being secured. There is a 5-foot walkway that we accounted for to be able to let pedestrians walk by, so nobody is obstructed by this. And then there's 2 brand ambassadors to help each line kind of pass out the product and interact with the event itself.
Is there a reason why we wouldn't want to have just a single line where people come through and get the slushy and the product? Because it seems like this might be confusing.
Right, totally understand your question. So the slushy itself actually will be given out the full time throughout the full duration, but the product will not. So that's why we didn't want everybody to wait in line and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, I want to wait for the product. But then we're kind of trying to push the slushy line so everybody just kind of flows through. And then the product line will only be at the top of the hour when the product's actually being displayed or passed out, those samples. Does that make sense? We can revisit it if it seems to be a little confusing. We just wanted to kind of make it streamlined. So if people just want the slushy, they go and get the slushy and then they can line up when they're actually giving out the samples for the other product.
But how will people even, you're not saying you have the samples, like what does that look like? You know, like how will they even know to line up, or how does that work in practice?
So there will be sort of an announcement as people are walking by at the top of the hour. If they want to grab that product, they can stand in the line, and people who are probably in the slushy line will be there at that time. They can move to the bottom line and grab their product when that's ready.
Is there going to be any conflict with the city bike stand that's in front of like Rag and Bone?
We're trying not to. We'll adjust, but yes, we are trying to accommodate that as well. Yeah.
And then you have on the other side, you're gonna go up, and then you have Finelli, which has all the outdoor stuff, and there's not really any space.
Okay, we'll make sure.
I don't see, yeah, I just don't see how the line that's going towards the city bike rack, you can maintain the 5 foot, because you have the raised cast iron vault areas or whatever you call them.
Which is where a
which
lot of
doesn't
those
really
stores
count.
run their own stand.
Yeah, it doesn't really count towards the 5 foot.
Okay, noted. Thank you so much for that input. We can definitely revisit the line.
I think the line running the other direction seems like there's 5 feet.
I feel like you have to run it up and then cut it when it gets to Finelli.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get nearly that long, but yeah.
But Aubrey,
Definitely, we'll take that into consideration.
Like, we always, I mean, Pete is saying it in the chat or Darlene or someone, but we always have like so much demand for YSL products, especially in Soho. Like, are we gonna cut the line when it gets to Finelli? Like, how do we make sure this doesn't become?
Yeah, they are trying to cut the line, but also their experience, especially to get the slushy, it's like literally like 3 seconds. Like those slushies are already made, they're ready to go. It's not like somebody's waiting to have a slushie made for them. They're already like in their cups and like being passed out. So that line should move pretty quickly, and same with the product. Once the product's out, like it's like kind of the brand ambassador will just pass it out as people are walking through that line. There shouldn't be anybody waiting there like for a long time to be able to get either one of those pieces.
Yeah, I just don't know what the answer is for the other line. It doesn't seem like you can.
If they're going to move fast, one line seems like would make sense, that no one is going to.
We can revisit it.
They move fast. I'm just stressed about like lining up, and like there's like a rush. We've just had so many YSL. Like YSL is very in demand. I mean, that's always the YSL is one of the no stickers, right, Aubrey?
No stickers. No stickers, no stencils, no chalking. They will be promoting this, but as the event is taking place, like the product itself will be promoted on the YSL channels, but they're not saying that, hey, come check us out in Soho. They're basically, it's a surprise and delight moment to kind of get like that street traffic engaged. So this is just a quick overview of the run a show for the day. They show up at 8:30. Everything is already put together. There isn't any construction or any loud noises to be able to set things up. Equipment arrives at that 9 o'clock time. Event starts at 11. Basically, we just talked about the event details as for the guest experience. 7 p.m. is when the event ends, and then everything is loaded out and team is gone by 8:30. And then this is sort of what that set. Oh, sorry.
I mean, one way that I could see it work is you have a single line where people get a slushie, and then you sort of have random giveaways of the product.
Right.
And that way you can do it in one line.
Okay. Well, we'll revisit the line, like I mentioned.
I just don't see how it's possible to have a line run the other direction and keep within the guidelines of the 5 foot.
It's not, because you have the raised beds, and then you have city bikes. I think you can only go north, and you can only go to Finelli, and it has to be single file.
More than happy to revisit the line.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And okay, and this.
Have you done any outreach on that block to residents of the block?
So that is actually being done this week. That was on the schedule for this week. Yes.
Businesses and residents.
What'd you say?
Businesses and residents.
I can't hear. I'm sorry. What was the question?
Businesses and residents?
Yes, it is. Yes, it'll be both. Yeah. And then this is sort of what the setup will look like in that curb lane as well. As you can see, it's that red cherry color.
We've gotten a lot of community frustration about especially Soho and especially where there's cobblestone streets, because it makes it especially difficult. Like sometimes bikes go on it just makes it like everybody wants to be on the sidewalk. So I think this one, just as much as you can to really keep that 5 feet and to keep the line single file.
Yeah.
Right. Totally hear you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions about YSL?
We have Pete, who's got his hand raised.
Okay.
Promote Pete.
You promote.
Pete, please go ahead. Maybe he likes to just be allowed to talk. Pete, I hit allow you to talk. I'd like to talk.
This is perfect. Thank you. So there's one little complication that it seems has been ignored. The ground floor is a residential unit. It's a JLWQA unit. It's a co-op. So if somebody lives and works on that ground floor, in that ground floor unit, clearly would be known if anybody had looked at ACRIS or a DOB, rather than assuming, oh, it's an empty space and we can claim it. It was mentioned earlier, the frustration of Soho residents about things like this going on, and we're seeing it a lot. So I just want the committee to be aware of this when you're making your decision about this application. Also, why is YSL choosing this block when they have stores on blocks nearby? They don't have a store on this block. Anyway, thank you.
Thanks. Do you know why they didn't do it? Because there is a YSL store in Soho.
They chose this location to be close to the Sephora.
Also, that YSL store doesn't sell makeup.
Okay.
Exactly. This is a promotion with Sephora itself, and with this specific Soho Sephora.
One down.
Probably a different customer.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Sorry for my ignorance.
Not ignorant.
Okay, anything else on this one? If not, we'll move to, what was the next one?
I guess we can do the Prada one, and then we have one more for the O positive, which is over in Gansevoort.
O positive number 11, right?
Yes.
Which one's Prada?
And
Yeah.
Prada's 16. We can go in order if you like. That's up to you.
Yeah, let's do number 11.
Okay.
So we're doing number 11 now, August 23rd, O positive. Okay.
How you doing, guys? I'm going to jump in on this one on behalf of the IDECO team here. It's good to see everybody, as always, here on the meeting. I'm going to share my screen. Bear with me one second.
Did you submit our questionnaire for this one?
Admittedly, I did not. I was on vacation the last 2 weeks. I just got back today. My apologies for that, but I am happy to send that through subsequent so that you can have it for your review.
Great.
Okay, so I think I'm doing this here. All right. Okay, so O positive is a women's hormonal healthcare brand, basically making supplements to help with menstruation, PMS, pain from PMS, perimenopause, menopause. So basically women's hormonal health, and they're trying to kind of break the taboos and kind of like push forward solutions for women and their needs as they go through life. So basically, we're doing a activation here at the Gansevoort Plaza. You can kind of see our site plan here. Gansevoort Plaza on August 23rd. We have a queue system that's set up here for anybody who wants to come for the giveaways only. Otherwise, it's a fully open site where people can walk in, interact with the various elements of the site. We will have merchandise giveaways, hats, t-shirts, things of that nature that are O positive branded. You'll get a token where you can go and get one of the giveaways. Otherwise, you can kind of just walk through and experience the activation for yourself. So a little more detail here in terms of what each of the items are. F&B sampling is going to be I think popsicles, water, and potentially fresh fruit. They have these panels, these acrylic panels here that will have different information about the products available for people to read. They have inflatables of each product that the O positive has. It's kind of larger than life, if you will. Visuals of the various bottles. Merchandise, the merchandise bar here, which basically they'll be giving away the various products. A DJ booth, just for some background music, not a DJ of note or anything, just some background music. And then cabanas for people to kind of sit and relax in the plaza, and product displays. So we have a significant amount of signage on site too to kind of help wayfind and have help people out, as well as security on site as well. The yellow dots you see here are our security, and then the other dots you see are the signage. So the F&B menus near the F&B station, a line explanation here by the queue, legal notice for any filming that's going to take place in the plaza, product info, partnership info, etc. So in terms of the security, we have, as I mentioned, 6 security on site. We have 4 servers that are going to be helping with any food giveaway. We have 8 brand ambassadors in total, spread out across the site. So we have ample staff to help manage and educate anybody who comes on site to learn more about the products.
Sorry, Amir, can you go back to, yeah. The pink portal is a cervix, is that?
Yes, so this archway is obviously. Yeah, so we're calling the pink portal or an arch is going to be kind of the centerpiece of the plaza, and it's going to be a bit of a Instagrammable moment. It is a kind of artistic rendition, if you will, that's going to be built in the space. Basically Instagrammable moment, if you will. They wanted to have something that's kind of visible and provocative in the space. Let's see.
Can you talk about the hours?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a production schedule here. So we will be starting the load-in at 5 a.m. So 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. will be the load-in. We're just going to have drop-offs from midnight to 5 a.m. is just going to be drop-off of equipment. No loud work or anything like that taking place until 5 a.m. 5 a.m. to 11 a.m.
You probably know by now, we always ask for 6 a.m. if possible.
6 a.m. Okay, copy that. I will tell them 6 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. So 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. for the load-in. And then activation begins at noon. Activation is from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Activation ends at 6, and then load out from 6 to midnight. I feel like we're going to be loaded out well before then, because basically the elements are going to come to site more or less pre-assembled or ready to just kind of be screwed together, like the cabanas and things like that. So no construction on site, more just assembly and disassembly. So that's the basic hours of the program. Giveaways, when you walk through that queue that we showed at the beginning, you'll get one of these cards. It's kind of like it's a scratch off. Everybody will win something. So it's not really like it's not like a gamble or anything like that. Everybody will walk away with some kind of item. So hats, totes, bandanas, hand towels, things of that nature. For waste management, we're going to have bins around the plaza. We'll have for trash as well as recyclables, and then we'll have staff that's managing it and overseeing it over the course of the day. Make sure the plaza is nice and clean. Post event, we will take the garbage away and dispose of it ourselves, and then with a private carter to manage that, leaving the plaza clean as we found it. That's kind of the long and short of the activation. Kind of a simple setup in the space, and a short activation on a Saturday.
You guys assume the answer is yes, but have you been coordinating with the meatpacking bid?
Yeah, we've been talking to Evan and his team over there, and obviously SAPO as well.
And for the queue, assuming one forms, it's maybe on there, but how are you gonna wrap it? A lot of people will wrap it so it doesn't wrap around the whole plaza.
Yeah,
I'll spiral it.
I'll reshare. We can. So I have a little bit of a serpentine that's set up. I don't anticipate too big of a line because it's going to move through pretty quickly, because it's basically, if you want to queue up for one of the giveaway items, whether it's food or the merch. So basically you'll walk up, you'll get your ticket or token, and then you can go. So the line should move very quickly. So I don't anticipate there being too much of a buildup. But we can also cut that off to make sure that we don't encroach on Lucid or the hotel or anything like that.
Yeah, perfect.
You'll cut it at the end of the stanchions?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Anybody else have anything on this?
No stickers, stencils, anything on the sidewalk?
No, definitely not. We're keenly aware now, based on that last event that we dealt with. But
By the way, I say that to everyone. I'm not being punitive.
I appreciate the equal treatment. Yes, we don't have any plans for that.
Great.
Cool.
There's one more from them?
Yeah, if no one else has anything on this one, we'll go to what was the last one you had?
16.
It's number 16 is the Prada newsstand for Washington Square Park.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay.
This is September 5th to 7th?
That's correct. So actually, it's only the 6th and 7th. They have taken out the 5th now. So it's just that Saturday and Sunday. It's been requested with SAPO. This change just hasn't been made just yet in the application.
Okay.
So this is Prada Newsstand. It's actually a promotion for a men's fragrance. They're doing this launch right before the fragrance is actually available to the public. It's one part of the pop-up is going to be a newsstand and the other pop-up is a photo booth. I'll get to the photo that kind of shows them both together as well as the site plan momentarily, but guests are welcome to take part. It's a black and white photo that they take. They go into the photo booth, they take their black and white photo, they come out of it, they go to the newsstand, they get like this little, they're calling it a Prada zine. It's a magazine, but Prada products, and then they also get like a little tiny like 1 ounce sample of the new fragrance as well, and that's kind of what it is. And the Prada zine does have mazes, crosswords, puzzles within it, but then also you can take your photo and like add it to the magazine itself. Again, it's just the Saturday and the Sunday of September. It's from 12 to 7 each day. It's relatively around 5 Washington Square North, so it's on the north side of Washington Square North Street. So it's not on the park side, it's on the north side. There is going to be 4 security and 5 staff available for this event to kind of help with line queuing, make sure that they know, things don't get out of control, and then also staff to kind of help people through the photo booth and the entire experience. The touch of the entire experience should take no more than like 2 minutes basically to get your photo taken. It's a pretty quick photo development, get the news, the Prada zine, and then also the little sample goes along with it. You don't have to get your photo taken if you don't want to. If you just want like the little fragrance sample, you can definitely get that and just go up to the newsstand itself. The only giveaways, like I mentioned, are the Prada zine, it's the magazine, and then also the fragrance samples. There are no celebrities or influencers. There will be light ambient music, but it's only like within the little area as you walk up. Surprise and delight as you're kind of being part of the experience. They don't want it to be blasted down the street. There's already going to be a lot of activity within Washington Square Park itself. They don't really want to compete with that, so it'll be kind of contained to that little footprint that they have. There is going to be canned mineral water, but that might actually be scratched. They're still debating. It's a month away, so they're still debating if whether they want to actually offer that or if it's just going to be the product sample in the magazine. There is going to be a generator, but it's battery pack generator, so there's actually no gasoline or loud noises. They're actually pretty quiet. That will be present as well. We're going through FDNY for the approval of that. And then also the sanitation plan. There are 2 trash bins that will be set out throughout the space. And then also hourly checks throughout the activation as well to make sure that all trash is contained and taken care of and taken away at the end of the event each day. So this is kind of the placement on Washington, and I think it's University Places that cross street. It's just a really small setup with these couple of pieces. They are staying within the curb lane with the line queuing that will be on the sidewalk to also ensure that there is that 5-foot walkway available for pedestrians as well. This is like a little bit of the flow to kind of go into the space itself. There will be stanchions kind of set up into the curb lane to provide safety for anybody joining or participating with the event itself. They'll go to the newsstand or the photo.
Those are like the hard barriers?
Yes, they will. There'll be the metal barriers, yes. Yeah, they understand that if people are in the curb lane, they will just want their safety to be considered. So that's why they're putting up the barriers surrounding their event or the setup itself. So that's kind of how the flow goes through the event itself on the curb lane. And then this is kind of what it looks like as well. And everything is coming prefabricated, so there isn't any like loud noises or setup or anything like that. Basically, like this piece is actually just being brought like on a truck, set up into the curb lane. They're coming probably about 3 hours before the setup, so around 9 o'clock in the morning to set up. Everybody's arriving. Event goes live at 12, ends at 7, and then it's a pretty quick turnaround to kind of pick up and go, and then come back the next day and do the same thing.
How do the photos work?
What'd you say?
How does the photos work with this? Do they
Photo booth, where's the photo booth? Right?
It's actually on this. I don't know if you can see. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah. It's actually on this side. So there's like a little photo booth that's like a tiny little photo booth. You just go in and take your photo. It's not like a sit down. You basically just take your photo standing up. It'll get printed out to this newsstand. You can pick it up from the newsstand. You get your little Prada zine and then your little product sample as well.
Got it.
And you're gonna run the line which way?
I believe it's
West?
running. Yeah, it's coming west to east.
How did you choose this location?
That's a great question. They've actually did this location last year, same time for a different product, and really loved it. So they decided to do it again. That was with a different company. It wasn't through Ideco, but they really fell in love with this area for some reason and decided to try to activate again.
Yes. But it's going to take a while, so I think a long line will not naturally happen, as we see with photo booths elsewhere. So keep an eye on the line.
Will do, definitely.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if it gets to like Fifth Ave, I would cut it, but hopefully.
I hope it doesn't. That would be insane. So
We
they are
ask
going
that you cut it, should it get to Fifth Ave? I think that's enough.
Okay. Yes. Of course.
We're trying to be better about knowing where lines cut because we've had things go out of control.
Right.
Yeah, often unpermitted events with lines that go out of control. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, next, we will go back to number 9. I believe is next. We've already done 8. 7 was withdrawn. So 9 is Coco's Corner Store. Raphael, promoting you. This is August 21st to 22nd.
Sorry, this is,
Coco's Corner Store, Elizabeth between Prince and Spring.
sorry, I lost the plot for a second. I'm back.
Hi, Raphael.
Hi there. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let me just put my camera.
And we can see you.
All right, cool.
Great.
So this is my first time here, so apologies if I speak a little nervous, but yeah, my name is Rafael Ganamonte. I work for Shiraz Creative, a global integrated experiential marketing experience. And then in this case, we were hired by Naked Juice to bring their vision to life into an activation here in NYC. Naked Juice has launched a new protein smoothie flavor that will be released nationwide later in Q4. And then as part of their marketing strategy, they decided to host a pop-up store in Soho, which essentially is one of the most vibrant and visually driven neighborhoods for some of the highest foot traffic. The event will take place at 21 Spring Street. And we designed this experience to take consumers on a journey through an authentic bodega moments. Guests will have a chance to grab a smoothie and learn about the ingredients, explore and capture photos for our immersive spaces that we designed for basically social sharing. And then a final touch point. They'll get to select merchandise from our merch wall. And then by the end, they'll leave the pop-up to have a better understanding and like a new experience of the actual event. And let me share, hold on.
Yeah, are you on the corner of Prince and Spring?
Yes, so Springs and Elizabeth.
Yeah. I think that's, okay. We know it.
Wait, corner of Spring and Elizabeth? Sorry.
Yeah, it's
Prince
the
and Elizabeth?
same parasol pop-up one that we always have.
Sorry.
This one.
Can you see my screen?
Spring and Elizabeth.
Yeah, Spring and Elizabeth.
Yeah, Spring and Elizabeth. Yeah. So like I said, the Naked team is going to be launching this smoothie. So what we have right now in here is this is like what it looks right now on 21 Spring Street. The dates for this location is so we load in. I'll move this later. So we load in on August 19th and 20th between 9 and 6 p.m. And then event will go live on August 21st and August 22nd from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We have a store capacity of 30 to 35 guests. So essentially, we will probably allow about 20 guests per dwell time. The dwell time is between 14 to 19 minutes. And essentially, it's we have an estimated guest flow of like between 4 and 5 cycles guests per hour. So we're looking at about like 400 and between 400 and 500 guests per day. We'll have a total of 8 brand ambassadors distributed throughout the space. Everything's going to be inside, except for obviously the line that is going to form. And I'll touch a little bit on that later. We'll also have 3 security guards on site, and then the stanchions will be placed along Elizabeth Street to allow, for an organized queue. There's not going to be any amplified music and no influencers or celebrities. So this is
Coco
essentially
Goth is not coming.
So Coco Goth will not be coming. We'll have a small little preview on August 20th, which is that Wednesday. But that's only invited media to just basically take pictures of the space, and then because basically they're just releasing part of their marketing strategy to tell the team to tell the guests about this happening. It's like it's going live overnight. So basically they'll share during social media, and then also on printed media. Like they have a full schedule of like big media coming in, but that's it.
So sorry, Coco Goth is not there ever.
So there is a possibility that Coco will join in, but that is essentially on the day that it's not fully open to the public. So we'll have the 19th and the 20th as a loading, and then the 20th, there will be a small window that will be able to, have her for 2 hours. But because she is so close to the US Open, there may be a possibility that she may not even go. So essentially, this will be a very close, there will be no public. It's just going to be the media just going in, just taking the space and interviewing her. There's not going to be any public allowed during this time.
So your plan is to run the line, you want to run it on the west side of Elizabeth Street?
Correct. So as you can see here, this is Elizabeth Street, and then this is where it will go.
I just don't see how it's possible to keep a 5-foot pedestrian walk. I mean, if you look at the block, there's numerous tree pits that run the entire length of the block, and it looks like it's probably less than 5 feet just from the end of the tree pit to the wall. So are you aware of the 5-foot pedestrian walkway rule?
Yeah. So when we were there, we basically, there is like the size of it is 10 feet.
Yeah, for about 20 feet down the block, and then you hit tree pits for the rest of the block. Where you're putting your cursor, like that's a compost bin, and then and people can't walk there. So we need 5 feet of walkable space, not just 5 feet of space. So therefore, like where there's a compost bin, a tree pit, that doesn't count.
I mean, there might be 5 feet for about 20 feet down the block, which is enough to have like 20 people online, and this is going to attract hundreds of people. So,
go ahead. Because this is a pretty common spot for these type of pop-ups, and there's always long lines that are difficult to manage past where. So this is quite a frequent occurrence at this location.
Definitely, yes. So essentially, what do you suggest to push the line a little bit farther so we can prevent like people here on the corner?
No, that corner's not what the problem is. The problem is when you run the line down Elizabeth Street, you run into tree pits, and it's no longer possible to keep a 5-foot walkway. So
I see.
Cut the line basically.
Yeah. So are you saying but like there's no way this event they'll be able to cut the line after like 20 people.
So we do have a contingency essentially, and we have the Waitley app, and because like we know that this could turn into a longer line, excitement for people, and we'll eventually just have we'll decide like whenever the line is too long for you guys, like we'll be there to tell with security, like, hey, like this is a sign up. We'll have a QR code for them to sign up, and then they'll be able to return as soon as their like their time is up.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, none of the sidewalks in this area are wide enough for a 5-foot pedestrian walkway, like anywhere nearby. So it's just very problematic in general.
Yeah,
I just don't see how it's possible. I mean, are you doing like advanced, do you consider doing it? We always ask pop-ups if they can do advanced reservations for people rather than line on the sidewalk, or did you think about doing that? Like time?
That's what he's saying, right?
Well, I thought
Yeah, it's like a Whaley app that will basically showcase it. Like there's gonna be a brand ambassador and a security person there just to basically tell all guests like, hey, sign up for this, and then once your time is up, you come back and then you know just wait for your turn to go in. If you guys prefer that, then we'll definitely just do that and skip all the entire line.
Do people do that
There will
in
always be a
advance?
little bit line.
Do they do that in advance or do they join?
They
Or do
will have to
join when they-
basically show up there.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
the
like,
issue.
scan the QR code.
I think it'd be better to have people register for a slot in advance. Because otherwise people show up and they've traveled down there and then it's like, oh, sorry, you're not gonna be able to, you have to come back 3 hours later. I think it's better if people can reserve a spot in advance, but.
Right. The thing about this is that the like social media and the press is going to have like there's going to be a press release the day before on August 20th. So like that will only be the invitation like for everyone in the public. So it will be like unless they add in there, like we can talk to the to the client to add like a RSVP for them to just like sign up. That's the only way that I can see it happening. But as of right now, I don't foresee that.
Yeah. All right.
I feel like the best thing we can ask you to do is to cut, like 100% cut the line before the tree pit, like at see where the bricks start?
Over here? Yes.
Yeah, like literally start cutting the line there, and you might just need the line to be just a line to sign up on the app. Like it might just be what you have.
Sure.
And you can tell by our hesitation, like you are using space that is like incredibly problematic. And the landlord of this space, Parasol, they are not stewards. So I'm very impressed and thankful that you're here. We appreciate that and that you're listening. The other thing is like, absolutely do not like sticker, spray paint, chalk, anything, anywhere.
So this is essentially how it will look. So it's like basically what you were suggesting, it's actually, really good. So yeah, we will know. That
So
was
as
like the
soon
first
as you
thing that
get
Parasol
there, cut it, just make sure there's no crowding in the front, on the side. It's already a really busy area with really narrow walkways, and it's gonna be like a crowded time in that space as well.
Yeah, I know it's your first time presenting. You've been tasked with a spot that's incredibly challenging. And I don't know if you live in the area or not, but that corner is unbelievably busy and unbelievably crowded in normal times.
Right. The bricks.
I don't know. They do it all the time.
Anybody else have anything on this one?
Will it be like obvious to people that Coco Gauff will not be there so that people don't like start crowding around there?
No, but it's up to you guys to make sure there's no crowding and that they know Coco's not coming.
Right. Yeah.
This is a place like notorious.
That was like the first thing that we told them. Like if you have
stuff.
Right. Yeah. We basically told them like there's no way that we're gonna have Coco Gauff here because it's just gonna turn into, it's part of my language show. So like let's just like get it out of it.
And do you know, can you make sure or ensure us that she's not promoting it on any of her social channels?
I will have to get back to you. I don't know what the partnership with Naked will be, as like they're naming her like the chief smoothie officer. So that she may have to like post something, but I'll get back to you on that.
Okay, honestly, that's just gonna make your job way harder of like managing the people in the line, and this is your first time, so we want to stay in good standing, and
of course,
we hope that you don't allow any crowding. I know there's 2 hands up if you want to go there.
Does anyone else in the room have anything? Good. Okay, then we're gonna go to Pete.
Hi, yeah. Hey, Raphael, welcome. So just be aware that this building is a fully residential building. And all upstairs, all those windows you see in this image, those are all apartments. And so just asking that you be aware, you and your folks be aware of that. And you'll also find that there's a new artificial intelligence service that posts the video of these Zooms and the transcript. And they post that probably within 2 days of this. The word will be out that Cocograph is expected at this corner any day now. And that's done by artificial intelligence. So we have no control over that. But good luck.
Thank you. Yes, and to answer to you again, like there will not be any sign of promotion up until the day before of this launch. So the press and the social media strategy will always stay on August 20th.
Well, will you or someone from your agency be on site?
Oh yes, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be sleeping there essentially from August 19th. No, I'm kidding, but yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah. We can follow up after. Can we get your contact info? Because
Absolutely.
we want to know if we have issues during that day that we're hearing from residents and others on the block, that we have someone that we can speak to immediately.
Absolutely. Yes, I will follow up with that.
And just on load-in, like this looks like a pretty extensive build and you have a lot going on in the store. So just that 5 feet, stuff is also applicable. I know sometimes I live on this block and a lot of times for this space, they bring in so much prefab stuff that people are going into the street around that's unacceptable. So just make sure you are always keeping that space for pedestrians to walk. A lot of people walk their dogs to the garden and back. So just please be mindful.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we also have a run of show in place for just our vendors that are going there specifically because, we know how tight the space is. So we just had to make sure that, everyone is super organized. We're loading in.
There's absolutely nothing else on the sidewalk or curb other than the line, right?
Correct.
Okay. Laura had her hand raised as well. I'm going to go to her.
Very quickly, as a matter of respect to the community, could you not have your press releases or social media call it Soho? It's not Soho. It's Little Italy. It's a long walk to Soho to get to Soho. In your presentation, you called it Soho? It's not. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. We'll follow up with you after for the contact info. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Rafael. Or if you want to just send it directly to Will or I in the chat, that's fine too, if easier.
Yeah.
Okay. I will.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Have a good night.
This is Florence's note. She apologized. She didn't get to you.
Okay.
And with respect to San Gennaro, multiple attempts, no response. Okay.
All right, we're gonna go to the next event, which is agenda item 10.
Adidas Y3?
Yes. We have anyone here from Adidas on Howard? We know Howard is getting a ton of events.
No attendance for them.
Okay.
Late breaking. No.
Okay, so number 10, Adidas is a no-show.
So positive we did.
Positive we did.
Groundworks.
Number 12, Groundworks, August 23rd. Yes, Ryan Austin. Ryan Austin, are you there?
You're muted.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Oh, hi there. Okay.
All right, we got you.
Okay, we're here.
Welcome.
Yeah, hi. I'm Ryan Austin. I'm the project and engagement assistant there. And for this event on, I guess like the August 23rd, it's an opening. I'm going to share this document I have, a quick presentation. I can go through it very quickly. This is a dreadfully simple thing that I'm doing. It is just an art opening for a mural. We've actually even kind of like taken out some stuff from it. So it's basically, we're located here on Kinmere. We're doing a partial sidewalk. This is quick stuff about storefront. We're basically.
Sorry, did you fill out our questionnaire or no?
I did. I sent that over to Florence.
Okay, and remind me, you're with Groundworks?
So it's Storefront for Art and Architecture is the nonprofit, and then we do a commissioning project called Groundworks.
Okay, so you're with Storefront.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so Kinmere, this is the street it's on. This is like the series that we're doing. I can kind of bring it down. So Groundworks is just a public artworks that are commissioned on our facade. And we do these. We've previously done them. So this was the first one with Amanda Williams, like What Black Is, you say. And then previously last year was Tumbados with Guadalupe Rosales and Loki Calderon. This was a
I remember that. I remember that.
It was a very extensive one. We had cars, we had a full thing. This is not going to be Tumbados. It's very, very simple. So then this one we have up right now is going to be Dinelson Beniwa, who's coming from, he's come indigenous tribe out of the Amazon, the Beniwa tribe. And he has a mural called In the Forest of Night that he will basically that will be the opening for this and our renovation. And basically for the opening, we initially thought we were going to have a food truck, but we took that out just to keep it simple. We're going to have all the food inside. All the music's going to be inside. It's not actually going to even be amplified sound because we're going to have like a 5-piece ensemble that's happening inside. And I think that's it. And then in terms of like the opening show, most of the stuff is happening in the gallery. I think initially because we thought we were going to have like a food truck and a lot of other things and amplified sound, we kind of realized given like time constraints, we really couldn't do that. And so basically we're just gonna have people on the street, outside of the street, probably hanging out a little bit. So there won't be much like pedestrians being like, obstructing, like our audience won't be really obstructing much, I think. And then, yeah, so that's like at least like a loose map of what we think, what I have at least for like what the sidewalk area is gonna be and how much space we're gonna really be taking up. I doubt there's gonna be a line. I think there's going to be a total of maybe 100 people. And then of those 100 people, most of them are probably going to be inside, either like chatting and, mingling, and then some people coming outside.
Okay.
Yep.
So nothing's happening in the street. Because I think that was the issue we had last time, I remember, because it's all a no standing zone. It's an approach to the Williamsburg Bridge. I think I remember talking about that last time. Yeah.
Yep.
Nothing in the street, right?
Yeah, nothing in the street. I'm sorry. Like it's kind of like we've made some drastic changes to it. So
So what's actually happening on the sidewalk?
I think the sidewalk, there's going to be more people than usual out on the sidewalk, I think, but not as much as probably Tumbados. So, but yeah, I'm sorry. Like it wasn't, like I said, we kind of changed a lot. So it just seems like now it's just going to be a traditional art opening. So I don't even know if like, what's really necessary in terms of questions or permitting now.
So you're not going to be doing a line or stanchions. You don't anticipate a line. People can just come right in. Yeah.
No.
I would just make sure people aren't crowding
Yes.
the sidewalk so that you have a 5-foot clear, like if you need to put stanchions so that people have space to sit and look at the art. So people can still be walking by. That is like a pretty.
Yeah, totally.
Corridor.
Yeah, that's something we can talk about. I can bring with the team.
That would be great, I think.
And the sound is inside and it's acoustic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you'll be on site, Ryan Austin?
Yes, I'll be on site.
All right. This seems very, very simple.
Yep, I know.
Okay.
Someone else have anything? Laura has her hand raised. Laura?
Hi, I just wanted to say the Storefront for Art and Architecture is an important part of our community and has been for quite a long time. I'm very excited about this show and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I do have a question and a concern. And I think I've raised this before. The swivel doors that constitute this facade along Kenmare Street. I actually know someone who walked into one of them and knocked herself out and ended up in the ambulance and other things. I just want to make sure that if you have it swiveled open, you have some way to keep people safe on the
Yeah.
street. Because it does impede as it swivels open into the public walk space. And no matter what, that does take away from what's there. There can be crowds. I've had to force myself through crowds of people who were attending to get, to just walk along there. So crowding is an issue. And the swivel doors are an issue, and I would like that addressed if it can be. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. It's funny that you bring that up because, and also thank you for saying that so much, these wonderful things about like a storefront and its history. But yeah, I talked to our production exhibitions person, Eduardo, about this and like making sure there's like a minimum of how much we actually make sure that facade opens up basically. So we're not obstructing people, but also making sure, being cautious and aware of that. And then also we'll have like at least like 4 other members on site for that kind of safety measure, making sure people are aware and like careful about like the edges of the facade opening up. But yes, thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah, it's there's only one person left in the chat that's possible applicant.
Just ask them.
Well, we'll just go through. Is anyone here for Cubby? This is item 13, Cubby pop-up. No? Is anyone here for Goop, item 14?
Gwyneth?
Is Gwyneth here? Yeah. No, okay. We already did 16, 17's postponed. Do we have someone for Crosby Street Block Party, item 18?
She messaged in the chat, she was like,
Yeah, different one.
oh, that's,
Oh,
But yes.
so she was Leroy.
so no one here for Crosby Street. So I'm sorry, I'm just writing this down. 14 no show. 13 and 14 no show.
Yeah, 15 withdrawn, 16 we
Yeah.
heard, 17 laid over, 18 no show, 19 we heard. We're on 20, San Gennaro, no show, I think.
No one's here from San Gennaro. So we can talk about that one. We have to set something up to hear from them ahead of the event in some way and express some of the concerns we've gotten over the years. So when we get to business.
Walkthrough?
There is typically a walkthrough.
Mark, do you know? See him?
No, there is always a walkthrough, but I don't know if it's like an ad hoc or something, but we need to like get some face-to-face before the event.
Maybe we could put that on the Marte agenda. So 23 is the one who the girl was on, but she's no longer on, so that's a no-show.
Maybe we can get her next month.
Yep.
Which one was a no-show? 23?
23. She was here, but she signed off because she's in Spain.
Oh. Yeah, I saw that and I tried to message her and she'd already left. I would have had her go earlier.
We'll see if Florence can get her next month though. Revlon,
Revlon.
Laura has something. to say.
Oh, Laura, did you have a comment on one of the no-shows?
I had it on 2. The first one, which is the most, San Gennaro, and I'm not going to go into everything about it, but I mentioned it before. One of the things on there is closing off Center Street between Broome and Grand. That is they've been doing that for a few years. They barely ever use it. It's just closed off, and it means no bus service for us because that's the terminal spot for the M1 bus. And what happens then is that we're either Houston Street or 8th Street for the bus. And this is when tourists come. A lot of people use the bus to get to the area. I mean, and they're not coming down Broadway, and they're not going across. I mean, and it's 10 days with no bus service, which is a real hardship. It's more than 10 days, which is a real hardship on the community, and it's unnecessary hardship.
Is that a newer thing?
They did it last year. I don't think they did it the year before like that.
I think it was part of the expansion they did last year. Remember, they went all the way up to Houston too, and they had it before.
But this is going west. This is going west. I mean, it's going 2 blocks away from Mulberry Street. Literally. I mean, it's Center Street, and it shouldn't be closed off there. It interferes with the bus service.
Yeah, it's one of many issues we wanted to address with the organizer, but that's a good one for us to know about.
Maybe with DOT about alternate. I don't know what
Yeah.
alternate pathways exist. I don't know the route offhand, but
Yeah.
There are no alternates for the buses down there, and that's the problem, because this is the terminal. This is where the drivers get out and take their 20-minute break. And so if they can't do it there, they have to find a place where they can do it. And that's why they just don't come around. And that's problematic. The other thing, and very quickly, because I know you guys want to get home and get this over with, is the Crosby Street event. I'm really disappointed they didn't come. They're calling it a block party, but it's not, because block parties are involve the residents, and this is for the businesses. Eddie, who's the guy who's starting it, 12, 15 years ago, we had a real community block party, which we did the building is across the street from where I live, and we all worked together to make a wonderful thing that was both businesses and tenants. He's done no reach out at all. And I'm shocked that no one is here for there. I was hoping to hear what they had to say about what they were doing. And
Is that associated with the business, or it's just a resident who puts that on?
Block parties, according to SAPO.
No, I know.
Look at what SAPO calls, you know what they are.
Oh, sorry, does Eddie own a business?
That's why I was asking, yeah.
Oh, Eddie owns a business.
Oh, yeah, he has it as a street event large, okay. So it's another one that they're calling a block party that's not really a block party.
And
so he's just calling it that in the title, but they're still
not an
paying
official
for the
block party.
space. They're still paying like it's a commercial event, Laura.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
but that's good to know. I mean, it's a no-show. We need them to come.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's very confusing when they put block.
yeah, there's a couple that they like to make it seem like it's a community event, and it's really just a commercial.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Laura.
Thank you.
My
Okay.
pleasure.
Revlon makeup.
So 23 was here, but they had to leave.
Yeah, so can we get her next month?
Yeah. Okay. Do we have anyone from the Revlon makeup bus? 24, September 13th. No.
Revlon. There's another Revlon one later.
No. Second. So 23 was no show and 24 is no show.
25 withdrawn. 6 is tier.
Do we have someone from tier? Yeah, all right. RP.
Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me?
Hi, yes. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Nice to see you all again. I'll make this really quick. I'll share my screen. I know Florence, I also had sent the form out to. Let me just share.
And RP, what are you representing or where are you from? Remind us.
I'm with Food Truck Promotions and I'm representing on behalf of the Korean skincare / makeup brand called Tier. They are doing a big campaign in the States because they're launching in America as of September. They're starting to sell at all the Ulta stores in the States. So they're doing a big tour all across America to kind of have a big welcome. But I'll share for New York City, they want to be in Soho just because of the foot traffic and their target audience. But
What type of company is it? I missed that.
It's a Korean skincare / makeup company.
Thank you.
Yep. They are most known for their like cushion foundation. So that's what they are promoting. The vehicle is our glass truck. So most of the experience is actually immersive and inside of the glass truck. What's happening is it's kind of like a pop-up store. You can't purchase or do anything inside. You just kind of see the product, learn about it. We'll have about 4 or 5 brand ambassadors just walking around supporting, speaking to the product, both outside and inside of the vehicle. But the idea is everyone stands in line, receives a tote bag with some samples, so foundation sachets where they can go home and try their shade on and order the product if they wanted to off of the Ulta website. But that is essentially the gist of what they're receiving in line. Then they're entering the vehicle, seeing all the product, learning about it. Upon exit, we have an exterior bar and a photo moment we're calling the Barbie box. At the Barbie box, they're taking a picture inside to share across socials.
There's no way you told me all of this was happening. Oops.
Sorry.
I think someone accidentally just went off mute. Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Sorry. Yeah.
Great. And then for the bar itself, it's just they're receiving stickers and some keychains from. And then for load in and load out, we have set up at 7 a.m. Service start at 12, end at 8, and load out at 8:30. And then the site map we have is the truck, the barn box to the left, the stanchions to the right, and lines forming towards the right of the activation.
Everyone's favorite location. In front of the product store.
What store's in front of?
Product.
Okay. Sorry, did you mention if there's amplified sound?
We won't have any amplified sound outside. We may have a speaker with some really low music inside the vehicle, but it wouldn't be coming out of it at all. And then we are bringing our own trash receptacles along with recycling that we will then take and dispose of in our warehouse after the event.
As you probably know, there's a subway station right at the end. It gets super congested. So the more you can sort of inch up away from Prince, the better. And so you have your line going north, which is great. But yeah, watch out. Try and scooch up a little more up Broadway north if you can to avoid the exit flow going right into that cluster near the corner.
Okay.
Maybe Sabo should start charging more for this specific location. It's such high demand.
Well, because the block down is the
Yeah.
target one. RP, will you guys cut the line if it reaches Houston?
We can hold off if that's something that.
That would be great.
Okay, I can definitely make a note.
And just ensure the 5 feet. I think isn't there a bus stop here? We've gone through this a few other times.
There's a bus lane.
No stops? The stop is the one below.
Yeah. Oh, there's one at the end of the block, I think.
Yeah, right? We've talked about that one before.
No, but yeah, there is one. Yeah. There's one on that block.
So there's a
Back towards
bus stop at the end of the block toward Houston, RP, so we have to keep that clear. So maybe we'd ask that you cut the line before it gets to the bus stop.
Okay.
Thank you. And will you be on site?
Yes, myself and 2 other people from the food truck promotions will be on site during the activation.
Great. Who are the other 2 people? Do you know their names just so if we
Yes.
have any issues?
Yep, McKenna Bass and James Slatky.
How do you spell James's last name?
Sladky.
Thank you.
And is there, I'm sorry if I missed it, I know you're giving out, you said keychains and stickers. Is there food and beverage?
We won't have food and beverage at this location, no.
Okay.
And then we're also not doing influencers or any special invites here either.
What day of the week is the 14th? Calendar.
Let me see.
Thursday?
Thursday? No, it's a Sunday, September 14th.
Oh, September. Sorry. I did the same thing. And you're setting up at 7, breakdown 8:30?
Setting up at 7 and breakdown at 8:30, correct. Sorry, this is supposed to be for September 12th. So that would be Friday.
Oh, it says September 13th actually on here.
September 13th. Okay, let me just.
12th now?
It may actually be. I may have the wrong. I'm just gonna check really quick.
I was looking at the wrong one, but it says September 13th, not 14th. So that's
correct.
actually Saturday. So it's a Saturday.
That's correct.
Okay.
And you put canned lemonade drinks in your application, but we're 86ing that?
Correct. We're gonna give most of that away before we reach New York, so we'll do that in LA and Miami and other locations.
Are there anyways?
It is.
Is it?
And
And sorry, date, did we align on that?
it's the 13th, you said? The application's correct? Okay.
Correct.
13th.
Great.
Um,
So you'll cut the line before the bus
Before the
stop.
bus stop.
No, from you guys or any of your clients, no stickers, no chalk, no spray paint, nothing on the sidewalks.
No, nothing.
is there external lighting on this bus or no?
No external lighting.
Does anyone in the room have anything?
Some hands.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Pete.
Yeah, thank you. So looking here at the rendering, it appears that there is quite a bit of props, for lack of a better word, that will be on the sidewalk. And just be aware that the sidewalk for that whole stretch is subway grates at the curb. So you got to set this up the way you pictured it, with all your stuff on top of the subway grates. And that leaves the solid sidewalk for people to walk on, for the pedestrians. And I'm not clear, looking at your rendering at the left, the staircase that goes into the bus, if that is entered from the street, or if that stairway curves and you enter from the sidewalk going into the bus. Again, the only reason I bring it up is because it extends your presence into the sidewalk whenever the photo booth and the little bar and the cones and all that. Also,
Actually, sorry, keep going. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, just one last point. I've heard that, oh, the music will just be inside. You won't hear it outside. So, and we always hear the music. So, thank you anyway.
RP's gonna be on site, so if it seems like it's not to what she's saying, then maybe you could ask for her and you guys could have a chat.
I do think the point about the width of this is a good one, because as it looks like now, can you explain that? Because it looks like that little bar, there's a bus lane right there, so you can't have the bar, you can't have people that are right up on the bus lane standing there. That's going to be a danger. So, yeah.
I do want to note the renders are not up to scale, so dimension wise, it is going to be smaller. But we're happy to move that bar or do the passing of the items from maybe even from inside the truck to help alleviate that area, or just prop it more towards the left side to where the entrance is, if that's better.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible to have the full-size truck and a bar all within the curb lane. So I think that Barbie thing would need to be adjacent to the truck, not at all in front of it. And same with the bar. Yeah, if there is one.
Okay. I'll definitely chat with the team and see about removing that for this location.
Yeah, and then the steps, as Pete asked, those are facing the sidewalk, so there's not going to be anything actually on the sidewalk or the grates?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
So curb lane only, so where does the line go?
Let me, so
They need partial sidewalk, don't
Yeah,
you?
you need partial sidewalk plus curb lane.
You're not gonna run the line in the curb lane, are you?
No, the idea was to run the line on the sidewalk.
Then you need also to apply for partial sidewalk to have that space for you guys, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. Anyone else? Adam's saying what? Okay. They applied for partial sidewalk already, he says. Okay, great.
Okay.
Adam has his hand raised.
Adam, do you want to comment or? No, he's typing in the chat.
He said it's all good.
Says all good.
Oh.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then 29, I assume no one is here for that. It was the
Second Revlon.
Revlon Beauty Bus South. No?
Any members of our community suddenly get a job at Revlon? No?
So the Revlon, there's a Revlon makeup bust and a Revlon beauty bust with different sponsors. Wonder if that's the same thing, different places.
I don't know who these sponsors are. Charisma? I've never heard them.
I don't know Charisma. We've seen
Let's
Coast to
do
Coast
permits.
Yeah.
We've seen Charisma.
Okay.
Anyways, you've done it.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be discussing San Gennaro, so I really thought this was going to go till like 10 p.m. But, okay. So, Pete, but before we go into business, Pete has his hand raised, so I'm going to allow him to talk before we go into business. Pete, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just hoping we could address renewal, the so-called renewal at 50 Howard Street, which is Purple Brand, which is not really a renewal because last year the store had just opened. They had a grand opening. That happened right around the same time as Fashion Week, but it was a grand opening for the store. So a renewal of what they did last year would mean, oh, we're doing another grand opening.
Yeah. Yeah, the SAPO system had it as a renewal. But I think hearing the complaints about this one and issues, I think we'll ask them to come in September.
Well, it will be too late.
Well, we'll still be able to hear them before the event, and I think we'll relay some of the issues that we heard through the SAPO system.
Okay, and if,
SAPO had them as a renewal, that's why it went into the renewal.
Right, they didn't come to you last year. They just did this. There was no outreach. I scoured your resolutions and your calendars.
I don't remember it.
It never came to you.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Pete. I don't
think you're
remember
right,
it, and
yeah.
my office is on that block, so I think I would have remembered.
Yeah, SAPO says it was a renewal, so
Pete, what, was it on the street last year, or was it just?
They took the whole street.
They took the whole street?
it was a street closure. Yeah, it's on Instagram. You can see it. And the neighbors who wrote to you, who live there about it, there was no outreach last year. There's no outreach this year. Howard Street is becoming a real issue for the city giving away stuff without engaging with the community.
Yeah. We will report on these issues to SAPO and we'll ask them to come next month.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think what may have happened last year is it may have been one of those ones where it came in before we had the chance to do the September meeting.
Street would have been.
You should also make sure the office double checks that so we can catch that ahead of time. Just because.
Yeah, usually we go off of, because there's a line in the SAPO system for that checks if it's a renewal. So usually we go off that, but yeah. Okay. All right, we are going to go into business session. So let's just take it from the top. CBRN complex. Oh, that's back up. This is the one that's 11 to 7 at 620 Broadway. This one makes me a bit nervous with the talent. So what was the one issue that happened before?
They had Carol G come out the front and it was literal chaos. I think people got hurt. Like it was a total mess. They had no idea what they were doing. There was no NYPD. They didn't come to us. We never heard it.
Yeah.
So it was just, when I did the walkthrough for Kit, we were saying like, let's not have another complex situation. This just happened to walk over. How do we avoid this? But it sounds like they've learned a little bit more. I'm fine with it if they cut the line of weaker.
Yeah. All right, I guess we'll see if they actually abide by it this time, but I guess bring the person out in and out through the back.
Also, if the person's smaller, I don't know. Carol G is big. It's on Broadway and it's complex, it's like all the things.
Okay, I think I'm okay with it. Anybody disagree?
All the votes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose, abstain, recuse? Okay. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Number 4 is the Cava.
I might have to recuse on this one. I need to check. I know they're users of my company. I don't know if they're paying users. So I will recuse here out of an abundance of caution and then check before the board.
Okay. I think I'm fine with this one.
They cap it at 10 people.
They cap it at 10. I have no issue. Yeah.
And what's your, sorry, let me just write down your reason for recusal.
They are customers of the,
This thing?
no, now this.
Oh. Wait, now this media.
Yeah.
Okay. Media.
I'm a paying customer of Kava.
Now this media are users of Eddie's company.
Okay. All right, so all in favor? Any others oppose, abstain, or recuse besides Eddie? Okay.
Aye.
Oh, Rocio. Hi, Rocio. I didn't know if you were still on
Hi,
there.
Rocio. Rocio, have you been online the whole time? I didn't mark you.
You're frozen.
All right. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry, I'm just marking that Rocio is online. Okay.
Yes.
The next Van Leeuwen. This is the Guinness truck.
My friend's the client. I texted her. I was like, "That's her. Is she talking about you?" She's like, "Definitely."
I hope they have non-Guinness ice.
Yeah, I think it's a bit strange to only have the Guinness, even if it's non-alcoholic,
I
so,
think that's totally fair. I told my friend.
I think
It's
it
okay.
sounded like they agreed that they would put in other,
Because you could see a world where a little kid is like Van Leeuwen truck and there's free samples and they line up and they wait in the line and then it's like, here's a Guinness thing. And a parent might be like, I don't really want like Guinness branded stuff for my child, or my child thinking they can have Guinness. I get
That's
it.
beyond the, I think that's beyond the
Well, I
purview
think
of this committee.
they agreed,
It has nothing to do
they
with
said-
all the things that we are.
they said that they would, I mean, they said anyway that they would add other flavors.
I'm not gonna put no, I just,
Yeah,
glad we
yeah.
encourage them to do that.
Yeah. And
I
do
think since they're adding other flavors, I'm fine with that.
just want to go on the record as saying, I don't think we should be deciding their marketing strategy if it doesn't affect the things that are specifically what we're supposed to be.
I would like ice cream purview over future event stuff.
All right, so all in favor of this one?
I,
Oppose, abstain, recuse? Unanimous?
Oh, shit. I have to recuse.
Okay, why are you recused?
Diageo is.
Rocio, we can't hear you, keep freezing. Maybe you could type in what you were trying to say.
Why are you recused, Diageo?
Diageo is an active client.
Okay. So unanimous with Erica recuse, Diageo is an active client. Yeah, Rocio, we can't hear you, so you have to type. YSL number 6. I mean, as presented, I don't see how it's possible because the second line does not work. They said they would try to rework the line, but we don't know exactly what they're gonna do.
I just, for everyone to know, have to recuse on this one as
Okay.
well, because YSL is owned by L'Oreal, who's an active client.
Okay.
Well, do you want to do, if they make one line, then approved? They agree to it, if not, not.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, basically.
Okay,
You don't have to, I'm just suggesting that.
so you're like a deny unless?
Yeah.
I think and the line has to be cut off.
Yeah, it's totally fair.
Yeah.
I know we don't do those that often, but.
Yeah, I mean, Sapo is probably gonna approve, so I think we need to just get our point through and highlight the issue with the line setup as it currently is.
Well, you can say we're asking to cut it off because it can't be 5 people.
Yeah,
They're supposed to uphold the 5-foot rule.
yeah. Okay, so deny unless line must run in the single direction that we talked about.
Yeah.
And must be cut off.
Yep.
Is everybody in favor of that?
Yes.
Any opposed, abstain? Erica's recusing?
Sorry, I just have
Recuse.
deny unless line gets cut off at Finelli,
Yeah.
goes north and doesn't go south
Yes.
because there isn't 5 feet taking into account the raised ramps.
Correct, correct. And what's your recusal?
YSL is owned by L'Oreal.
Okay. And what percentage of our applications are like beauty brands?
I believe they're owned by L'Oreal.
Yeah.
But L'Oreal owns it. Revlon, I could have voted.
No. Okay, number 8 is the Kith one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many issues with this one.
Yeah,
where I'm kind of at is like, I mean, they've already done the walkthrough. It seems like the event's probably happening, but I would be okay just continuing to take a stand against these kind of events because they're just incredibly disruptive.
I think the point we can make is that this is, I know it's that burden, even if you're on a smaller street, but this is a main thoroughfare. Cut off a main thoroughfare for a fashion show. It seems crazy.
It's for a 30-minute show, but they're cutting it off.
All day.
It seems unreasonable that they
It-
have to,
Incredibly.
they could have done a setup that was like much more simple, much simpler.
I think obviously they want to do it in front of their store, but like Gansevoort or something, you could make this work, but.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you know, they wouldn't allow this in Fifth Avenue, but Lafayette's that big, it's that important for
Yeah.
this part of town.
What I would suggest is like, I would do, you recommend deny, but then we also need to have additional therefores that take into account all of the recommendations and issues that were specifically brought up on the call, like the lack of the need to perform outreach, the huge issue that would be caused with closing the open street, taking away business from the restaurants on that street. So I think it's like an overarching deny, but it's an overarching deny, but then we have other therefores that just like highlight like,
Well, the bus.
should the event proceed, they need to be aware of this and do this. The bus.
Yeah, the open street.
When their office of that company presenting, they're on the Bowery, so the fact they don't know about the bus route seems
Yeah.
a miss.
Clearly no one takes the bus.
I'm struggling with this one because I do think we don't shut down Lafayette nearly ever. It's not like this is a common thing. I think
And the day before, it's the summer streets.
the day before is the summer streets. That's unfortunate. But I think like to me, the stance is like either this is never, or if we're like, this can happen once a year or whatever it is. I don't think it gets much more like detailed and thought out ahead of time than they've done it.
That's true.
And so in my mind, we're taking the stance, we never do this. Cause I don't think like we're saying, well, you guys didn't really try that hard. Or like you didn't, okay, they didn't think of the bus. I mean.
For me, it's the big one for me is the open streets, is because like.
It's a timing thing.
Timing thing, but like not only, traffic disruptions, I
Sorry,
can.
open streets, not summer streets.
Not summer streets, open streets, traffic assignment, I can do that, but like, these are other businesses that are now just saying, tough luck, someone else.
It's really odd, all of that outreach, it's so detailed.
Right.
But to not think of the impact of no business happening, all those restaurants on that block for the drop off, like just for the drop off.
Yeah.
So sorry, we're talking about Bleecker or we're talking about Bond?
No, Bond.
Oh.
I know Bond is closed for open streets. Is Bleecker?
Yeah, partially.
Yes, as C is for Charlie and the wine bar next door, both do.
Right, they close at Mulberry
That's right.
and you have to turn right.
Or not, at Motley Place.
That application would impact the closure of both of those open streets, not Bond
Potentially.
and Bleecker.
Potentially. It seemed like it was on, they didn't.
Yeah.
And if they're rerouting a bus, that bus can't go through.
Right.
Or they're just canceling the bus earlier, but I don't.
It just seems like, I mean, I think there's a reason why we don't usually see events here, because it's like a huge issue. So, I mean, I'm fine, like we can acknowledge that they put in a lot of work and we really appreciated it. It's just a very challenging location.
I mean, the other thing too is that it's once a year, but CB2 doesn't have firms will say you either do it or you don't. Like you can't say, well, only sign off on one a year and then we have to decide. We decide, they decide who the one a year is. I don't think CB2 works that way.
So both open streets, they didn't reach out to any of the businesses then.
Well, where's the packet?
I think there was a couple on Bond, perhaps, I think we had said.
You know what? I think this is very thorough. I think they just didn't know that they should.
Yeah.
I think this is a big project. It's really overwhelming.
And they didn't know that they should. I mean, they're gonna basically take out the business.
No, but
The impact.
But that's why they come here. So we can tell them, hey, guys, this is not what you do every day. And you can't do that, okay? You have to have outreach.
Yeah, I'm like a weak yes if the open streets don't get shut down. But I think that's my line.
I think there's just too many uncertainties. I mean, I think for me, I think that we use the resolution for two things. I think we continue to take a stand against like these private events which monopolize the street for 12 hours.
And how much are they?
I think people do take the bus too. I think
and all the impact, but then we
No, I'm saying
also,
to work.
we also
People working
point out
can't
the,
take the bus. That's what I'm saying.
and we also
I don't
point
know
out
about
the issues with the open streets that are unresolved and the bus. Yeah, that's what I would do.
We can get behind the timing thing with the open streets.
Well, you do want to say there are all these problems. However, if it wasn't consecutive to consecutive days.
No, Summer Streets for me is not the issue. The
No,
consecutive open
no,
streets-
they're doing it the day after.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
That, I think that's life, but the open street closures for the other businesses.
And the Summer Streets closes in time for people to have the dinner.
Yeah.
Service.
I'm confused, like,
Summer
we were doing the walkthrough, I mean, DOT was like all over it, and we were getting into the intricacies of like bike lanes.
Yeah.
And we went far over the 2 hours, so I had to go back to work. But I'm like, how is that not, like, DOT must have.
That's my bike lane to work, so like I will.
thought that. And we talked extensively about the bike lane, and we moved their drop off to Bleecker so that we could keep traffic flowing through Bleecker. So my thinking is like, the open streets might, because why would they have moved the drop off to the other side of Bleecker to keep traffic flowing through Bleecker? I mean, I guess whether they're closing it at spot or not.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So it didn't come up that they were gonna be closing off Bond on the walkthrough at all for a drop off, or that came
They're
out?
not closing off Bond. They aren't. Bond's not closed, unless I'm wrong.
No, they said
They said
they,
they were.
The car drop off and pick up, and that might cancel
Right.
the street.
Because, so then you can't have.
Yeah, but that didn't come up on the walkthrough.
No. Because they moved it. They
Got it.
wanted it somewhere else and they were asked to move it to here. Basically, yeah.
I think what we need to do moving forward is on the walkthrough is to open it up to like for Soho, our Soho bid rep should go on those too. Woodbury's regularly communicating with you guys on those and saying
Yeah.
NoHo should be Carter, because he's our NoHo bid rep.
yeah, we should just tell SAPO to add them. 'Cause
I mean, it would have been
just-
great for Carter to be there. That would have been like.
Well, I mean, it would just save, I think it would just save a lot, because those are highly engaged, both are our reps on the bid board, and they would be able to bring that perspective. We'll just get Mark to make sure they get added at the safe.
I mean, it's so good because you have all the people right there talking in the moment with the plan and you can just like knock it out.
Yeah.
Like they wanted them to move the drop off to Bleecker, but DSNY was there and we realized there's one of those big bins. And so they're like, can't be there. And so DSNY was like, we can move it for this day. I was like, oh, like, more got done at this like little thing,
What are we gonna do?
I can deny.
I'm at a courteous deny. Like, here's
Acknowledge that they
the
are
issues and like,
trying
you put in
really
a ton of
hard.
work, but like, this is a very challenging location and we don't have answers to all the questions that we need answers to, but here's what we recommend and we hope you're able to resolve it and here's how.
So like, reach out list is extremely impressive, and I wish
Yeah.
other people did this for other things. So detailed, they came in person, but.
Yeah. All right.
It's just an inherently difficult place, I feel.
Yeah. All right, are we all in favor of that? Is anyone gonna vote differently?
My vote is for deny unless if we can deal with the open streets. I don't know how you all feel.
But what is dealing with the open streets?
If the open streets do not close. Close
If we
down,
leave the open streets open
Yeah.
that day.
then that gets me to a week.
Sorry, if the open streets are open to traffic or to people?
To the businesses that.
I just don't think we have time to get an answer, so I think we just have to
Deny, give it.
deny and then like point that out.
Yeah.
So are we all okay with that?
Yes.
I vote against that? Okay. Any
You have to
oppo-
say yes.
any opposed, abstain, recuse?
I'm not on the committee.
He's not on the committee yet.
Oh, I thought.
Yes.
Thank you, Ed.
Said,
Okay.
Be at that house, but.
Number 9.
Coco.
For me, it's just a deny because there's no possible way to actually maintain the 5-foot pedestrian.
Why does SAFO keep approving events there when they can't have a 5-foot pedestrian?
And I think SAPO's like a bit overwhelmed. be honest.
That's a gratuitous take.
I obviously live like a block away from this corner. There's always a Met House.
Yeah.
But like, it is workable if you do cut off the line, it's just no one does. And so,
There's no way this line's gonna be 20 people long, like, that I can see.
I mean, the one thing that was in my head is like, do we have open street that day? Because the block is an open street, but it's kind of up to Peasant if they decide to do it or not.
Up to who?
Peasant.
What day of the week is this?
Sponsor.
It's 2 days. Is it 2 days? Yeah, it's 2 days.
yeah, it's 2 days.
Sometimes they do it and sometimes they don't. And so also I don't want that to be like.
Thursday, Friday, it's not a Saturday. They normally do it on Saturdays or?
They do it on Saturdays and then weekdays after like 4. But again, they decide, they're the sponsor. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an issue. I think this landlord
Really problematic.
carousel projects, and I don't want to punish this person, but the only like recourse we have is to say these locations that you have are not suited for the clients that you're drawing.
Yep.
And nor are you guys responsible landlords in describing what's possible and what's not. So I hate that these people are stuck in the middle, but like the impact of the community who are our constituents and us is not okay. And it happens over and over again. And they used to talk to me and now they just ghost us.
Yeah, I think we should call out Parasol for sure.
So,
All right, so deny?
Yes, deny. I vote to deny.
Okay, and I mean, the main reason I'm gonna give is like, this is the rule and it's just not, the geography is not simply possible.
and you can say this area is completely overwhelmed and has been
Yeah.
for a long time. Just this past weekend, it was something on Elizabeth on the blocks below and NYPD had to come shut it down. There was like
That was
2,000
crazy.
people. It was out of control. There was a TikToker. And now that Elizabeth Street Garden is saved, there's like far more traffic and there's a really popular coffee place across the street from Elizabeth Street Garden that has an incessant line. almost
Oh,
every day.
that's what the,
I walk to work and it has a line.
They should get
Yes.
they should get a sidewalk permit for their little draft. All right.
I abstain on that one.
Eddie abstained, unanimous approved with Eddie abstained.
I actually tried it before they got TikTok popular and I thought it was fine.
I tried it before TikTok popular too. I was like, oh, great, there's a new coffee shop.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
That seems really nice.
yeah,
I
I went into the shoe store right next.
what's your issue, Eddie, just out of?
It doesn't have to give an issue.
I feel, I know, but I just feel,
No, not, sorry, not like legally. I'm just.
I feel
curious.
uncomfortable denying things that are like totally workable if people actually execute
Hmm,
to exactly what
That's
the standard we hold to.
Yeah.
Even though we know in all practical purposes, that's not possible.
Yeah.
But it does make me uncomfortable.
Okay,
All right.
thanks for explaining.
10 Adidas, no show, deny, all in favor?
Aye. Geography isn't conducive to keeping 5-foot walkway and operator is,
Operators what?
I just put bad, but you can say something better in the resolution.
Bad.
Continually disruptive.
Okay, O positive. Fine with that?
Wait, no show, Adidas, union deny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually, everything done in conjunction with the meatpacking bid has generally been fine in Plaza mostly.
Will you go see the Pink Bridge?
Sure.
The pink portal.
Portal, I get what
I was like, you just kind of went through that one real fast, sir.
I might be out of town.
Bit vulgar.
All right, so we all in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Oppose, abstain, recuse, okay. Groundworks,
They weren't there.
no, they came.
Oh, right.
Did we skip?
No.
Oh, no, yeah, sorry. I might have-
Groundworks number
you're right,
12.
you're right.
I mean, it's literally just gonna be a few people.
Might get a little crowded, but
But it's a nice cultural event and they said they will be very careful with the facade opening up.
I really like their work.
And we got
Yeah.
positive feedback.
Yeah. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, abstain, recuse? Okay. 13 is Cubby.
What is?
I read it. I looked it up before this meeting. It's like a technology company. They're in your hood.
Great.
They are in my hood. All right,
They didn't-
deny, no show, all
Not in this-
in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, abstain, recuse? Okay.
Aye.
14 Goop.
Sorry, Gwen.
He doesn't need this.
Deny, no show, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, any abstain, opposed, recuse?
I'm assuming that CB2 is not also good.
No, it's
Yes.
completely different.
I can't believe they got away with that.
Prada newsstand. This is the one on Washington Square North. I think it's very.
Although I think the line's gonna be longer than they think. It's because photo booths take a while.
I'm in favor of it. I think it's fine. I think they'll cut it off. They, like they say, all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Only recuse.
Oh,
Prada fragrances is owned by L'Oreal.
Be in the depths nowhere of corporate structure.
By the way, L'Oreal's having financial problems.
we can talk about that later. I'm not, or you guys, we don't need to talk about it in this meeting.
He's like, and by that, I mean, you guys can take that offline.
Let's focus on the task. Okay, 17 is postponed.
They're gonna lay it over until like 2 days after the meeting?
No, my understanding is the whole event is postponed, I believe.
Got it.
We'll follow up with, we should just follow up with them. Let's just make a note to follow up with the meatpacking bid on that one.
Wait.
Because the message we got from Florence was unclear.
Are these the guys that always don't tell us the
Nike?
clients?
What?
Is event permits the ones that never tell us the clients?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
No, but they said the event, they said postponed
Okay.
in the
Wait.
system,
I'm sorry, which one are you on?
17. They didn't come today.
Wait, I have 17 as Shop Bop Nike. Is that what you have?
It might be
No.
Nike because it's.
No, I have 17 as basketball event.
And Sport Plus.
Oops. I deleted my own notes.
It'd just be nice to know if like the Knicks are gonna show up or something. Yeah.
And yes, event permits are the people who don't tell us which
So
Will and I have.
we were told postponed. I'm not sure. We have to check in the SAPO system.
Cool.
So we'll follow up with them. So I just no reso on that one. Let me just make a note of that. Okay, 18, no show, deny, all in favor,
Sorry, 18 is,
Eddie Stern.
Crosby Street.
Bad Eddie.
so Shop Bop and Nike is not a thing.
Where are you seeing this? Do you have a different one than us?
I must.
Is that the one that Mark came by at the second half of the meeting and handed out?
Here, do you want this one?
No, it's fine. If you guys, I don't know where I'm getting that, and it must be somewhere, because I have 9.5 to 9.7, Shop Bop Nike prop up at 262 Mott. Played over.
This is this is correct.
I don't have that one at all.
This is the one we were.
Okay, this must be from a Florence.
Okay.
That's fine. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not over. Yeah, it says Florence put in the system changing dates.
So it's a different sequence. The agenda that you have is the correct one.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mark. No, you're fine.
All right, so all in favor of deny on Crosby, say aye.
Aye.
Abstain, recuse, not actually a block party.
We try and get all these September events in our September meeting come back. I think like this is way more than normal we get in advance of no shows.
Oh,
Well, they can't always come back. Yeah, we can,
yeah, but 9/6 is.
they always have the ability to come back. We should make that, we'll make that clear. I mean, Florence should make that clear when she gives them the deny. But that's something they always would have a theoretical chance to do.
Oh, is our meeting on the 8th next month?
Yeah.
It's
Today?
too late for
Okay.
this. Yeah.
That one is too late. The ones that are later, maybe we can.
All right.
19 is literally just a generator. It's not even a queue line. So I'm okay with that. All in favor? Any
Aye.
opposed, abstain, recuse? Okay.
Santioner.
I think we can't really deny it. It happens every
Why
year.
can't we deny it? We deny other stuff that's gonna happen. They
But
don't.
we need to try to dialogue with them and actually have some sort of conversation. So I would just say, I would put this as a layover to next month, and we need to like do some outreach in the meantime. It doesn't do us any good, in my opinion, to deny.
Just logistically, can we do that?
Yeah, we can lay it over to next month. It's happening after. I mean, we should try to just we need to just find some venue, whatever it is, to talk about the various concerns. And if we just tell them deny, then like, they may just say like, well, we're not gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
They're gonna be mobbed the 3 days before the event.
Well, that's why I think we need to just do outreach in the meantime.
Is there no reso on?
I would just say lay over to September. Are we all okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. Any opposed, abstain, recuse? That, okay. Sorry, I'm turned around.
No, you're fine. Neighborhood block party leeway is the next. 21 and 22 are withdrawn.
Okay, 23, that was a no-show, right?
She showed up and then left early.
So maybe we can add ordinance if.
And this was a real block party, right?
We don't know.
Yes, I believe so.
Let's see.
You wanna ask him to come back for the age?
Yeah, or we should at least try and help people that wanna throw block parties throw one correctly.
I agree, but we're having, we've gotten a lot of feedback on the Cornelia Street
Yeah.
last month, in addition to stuff I found and contacted Will about before we started getting community feedback.
You mean the other Will?
Are you talking about the dog?
You will.
Oh,
What other Will?
I thought the person who threw the block party was named Will.
He was named like something Fraser.
Oh, God.
Keep going.
It's too late.
All right.
Well, what do you guys want to do on 23 then? Because it's usually no show, it's
I
deny.
say layover.
All
Oh,
right.
she did come. It's not a
Yeah,
show.
it was, she did try to come and then she had to leave and we didn't know until it was too late. All right, I'm fine since she actually showed up. Let's lay it over.
Yeah.
All okay with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Any opposed, abstain, recuse? No, okay. 24, no show.
Aye.
Aye, all in favor.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, abstain, recuse. 25 is withdrawn. 26,
Richard, well,
I mean, it's
that's problematic.
a standard. It's like a standard. It's not any different than any of the other
Yeah, but,
trucks on that block.
but the things you pointed out, it can't possibly fit within that space.
No, but
There's no room for them.
they
Oh,
agreed to
do
put it
have-
adjacent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, to me, it's the same as all,
Okay.
the overall number is problematic, but this one's not any different, I think, than any of the other ones that we get in it. Unless people disagree.
I'm a yes.
Yes, I'm fine.
Anyone else? No?
What is it? Tier? Yeah, fine.
All right, all in favor?
Yeah.
Opposed, abstain?
Aye.
Okay.
They seem to be open to working with us, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you just compare it, that area is an issue, right? But
Yeah.
this one's no different than the other ones. And I think we've complained to Sapo every time that it's like,
Why is this area is an issue, but at least this isn't the same issue as Elizabeth Street. Like there is room on that
Yeah.
block, but it's just the frequency.
the frequency
And
is huge.
people not cutting the line and
Yeah.
keeping it in control and not extending path of everyone.
Why is the block below embargoed?
Because there used to be too many events on that block, I think. That's my understanding. So Sapo just.
Everyone wants to be in front of Sephora. It's true.
Okay.
That's
20,
like Sephora needs to open more stores.
27's actually on the renewals list. It's not a new one. 28,
Yes, I think that's fine.
yeah, I think it's a good cultural.
Yeah. What is it? Do we find out what A24 is actually doing there?
I think they own it, yeah. A lot of these like small theaters have been bought up by,
Paris Theater's owned by,
Oh, I was like, are they showing?
That's how they have.
no, it's,
No, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, this season. they have-
Very indie of them.
isn't the one on Minetta is owned by like Amazon, isn't it?
Mhm.
By their book app.
Which one had Hugh Jackman again? Was it Curry Lane or Minetta?
Audible.
Yeah, Audible.
Yeah, Audible.
All All right, so we all in favor of this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, any opposed, abstain, recuse? Okay,
Aye.
aye, yeah. Revlon bus, no show. All in favor of deny?
Aye.
Any opposed, abstain, recuse? No.
Withdrawn, but another full Howard Street closure.
Jeez.
Pig roast.
31 pig roast.
Yeah.
It seems like following our deny last year, it was okay and seems like it's not too disruptive, so.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, abstain? Okay. I think 4, we asked to appear, 4 of the renewals.
Layover, you mean?
4, yeah, layover to September. Are we all in favor of that?
Yeah.
Yes.
You might also want to think about this electronic waste recycling event, some sort of community blast. That feels like something people should know about.
Okay. All right, so let's just vote on laying over 4. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Excused? Okay.
So we're laying, right?
4 of the renewal.
What are we voting on that one versus not voting on laying over the others?
Because it's a renewal and then we usually vote on all renewals as a package. So,
Oh, I get it. We're voting to take it out of the package.
yes, correct. So then, anyone else want to bring up any of the other renewals?
No.
Okay,
What are you doing with the purple one?
Laying-
we're gonna have them, yeah. Because we didn't give them a chance to come today. So all in favor of 1 through 3 and 5 through 10 renewal?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Excused? Okay. Any new biz?
Just like following up, we need to next time or like in a upcoming meeting, go over the questionnaire, because we did that a long time ago, and just make any updates. I mean, I don't know if we have to run that by everyone or just. I want to say no stickering, no stenciling.
I think we can update our questionnaire, yeah.
Is there a question about accessibility? Like, I know it's the law, but you weren't part of this, but part of the traffic and transportation, what we were told is that, yes, it's the law to make it accessible, but people only do it if they have to do it. So I just think it's worth asking the question, you know, if you're gonna be going people off and on the curb, or you have ramps, but just saying,
Yeah.
just asking the question, are you going to make this follow the accessible laws?
It's come up before, right? With like bathrooms not being ADA accessible.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think, bathrooms, ramps, everything, just asking the question.
I think we should all think about like, what are the things, because I feel like we had a V1, a beta, and now
Yeah.
we've done it more, and I noticed what's really helpful and what we then have to like say every time, and we should include the every time stuff in there to keep it.
Yeah, agreed.
Have everyone think about it, and then maybe when we're out of this busy time, we can have a quick discussion on it.
Yeah.
But I think we should, and I'll help you with that if you want, but just basically say, you know, we can put the list, bathrooms, ramps, blah, 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 blah. Just say,
Yeah.
are you doing that? Is it in your plan? And maybe asking people to put it in the plan, so that if it's not done, we have a reason the following year too.
Yeah.
And we'll try to engage San Gennaro.
Yeah, we need to engage San Gennaro in whatever way we can. There've been lots of different complaints and issues we received throughout the year. And then in general, I think this month's indicative of just how many people are doing commercial events in our district. So I think we should just make sure the electeds are aware that it seems to be increasing. And actually, you know,
So what do
Safehold
we
tracks
wanna
it,
do?
so we should get the stats at the end of this year, but it seems like.
And what would we ask? I think everything you're saying is right, but what is the ask? Just
There's
say.
different ways we could decide to approach it, right? We could ask for more embargoes. We could ask for more limits on type of events. Right now, remember Safehold told us each applicant can theoretically do 2 events per year. Maybe we want to limit that more. But it would have to be part of the Safehold rules making process.
I'm also hoping we can improve our relationship with Safehold. I don't know that that's the right framing, but right now we have a lot of opinions and we know things and we know when they're going to go wrong, but sometimes that institutional knowledge stops here because SAPO doesn't answer us, they're not responsive.
Seems like they might be understaffed.
I'm sure they are. Every department got their budgets cut
Yeah.
every year.
And then like so SAPO doesn't know, so NYPD shows up, but at that point NYPD is about keeping the peace. And so there's nothing, especially on these unpermitted, unsanctioned things, like what's our recourse when people do that? We just keep letting it happen, like, because SAPO says if there's no permit, we can't go enforce anything. And NYPD says, I don't know, I think they're wrong, but on this one, on the past weekend, he was like, you don't need a permit for lines around the block. And I was like, I think you do. He was like, no, you don't. And this is the community affairs officer. So it was like, there seems to also be miscommunication between everyone.
I will also continue to make my ask for access to the SAPO system. It would really make our lives a lot easier, so we should keep pushing for that.
Well, maybe that's one of the first asks you have.
But we already asked OTI and they denied
Yeah,
us.
but you can ask
Mark
the
asked
city
OTI on our
council.
behalf and they denied us, so maybe there's a better route. Maybe we go through the electeds.
Yeah, I'm
Have
saying
them, again, ask OTI.
that could be the, the
Because
first thing.
it just makes our job so hard and it makes Florence's job so hard.
Yeah.
Because she has to be the middle person for everything.
Do no community boards have access, Mark? It's not just us, right?
I think the trick is that OTI, you need a cb.nyc.gov email address in order to access the database the way that Florence does, the way that I can. And they are parsimonious about giving out those email addresses. They'll only give it to the chair of the board.
So Valerie in all of her spare time
Oh, what, oh.
can go through the
SAPO?
Welcome to the committee.
I mean, they can't just like come in here and sit at a laptop logged in to SAPO?
Of course, we could make that.
But that's not really time saving. Like I want to be able to like when
I know, when you're home.
my laptop and do
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, no, I know.
Because I feel like half of our time is spent going between Florence and us,
Yeah.
Florence and us, and the portal and Florence and us.
Yeah, and like stuff like the purple thing, like might have been easier for me to realize what was going on, stuff like that, you know, if we had access to it.
Have we considered going through Martin's office or the mayor's office to get this into now?
I think we're gonna set up something with Marte.
I actually emailed Connor while we were.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be a good,
That's
to add to that.
item number one.
I don't know if you want to stand it off.
Okay.
It also makes it more
Board
timely.
limits, access to SAPO system, unsanctioned events.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Let's adjourn.
Guys.
Yeah, see you in September.
Good night, everyone from
Night.
Spain.
Hi, Rocio.
Bye from Spain.
Bye.
It's only 3:49.
Everyone's in.
It's 3:49 over here and I'm listening to you guys.
Wow, that's dedication.
Where is
All right.
Good night.
Buenas noches.